And just nobody say any bad words.
Especially not fuck, shit, piss or bugger.
Bastard. Yeah, this is a active frequency. I will write you up.
Send that ticket to me. I'll be still cheaper than the Twitch stream with sanctions. Alright, so we're waiting for basically the other pilots to stop gawking at the F-117s and start their aircraft up. Once they've done that, they'll start calling and saying they're ready to taxi. I expect to hear from Guinness 1 first. Why did my screen turn red all of a sudden? Aha! That's the lines being drawn.
Well, yeah.
So that being the case, we'll have a quick look at chart views.
You guys push them up into as you see fit. Obviously following the order.
Why have I got TFR over my airspace?
That's just the handover zones to visualise them. I'll edit them if you want.
Okay, Roger. Can you make them blue or something?
Do you want it in magenta to be special?
Sure.
No, I'm just going to empty them so they've got no fill.
Thank you so much.
Have you seen the new feature in ATC? No, sorry, not ATC. In SRS, where when someone speaks on the channel, you can actually see who speaks. Other usually.
Hey, fun.
Yeah, it's pretty handy.
There's now 10 people on guard.
I'm getting a lot of chatter about it. I have no idea where it's coming from.
That's the intercom.
Why have you got cups and bottles everywhere?
I'll clean my cup away later. Yeah, you use that to talk to likes of Rob and Havardaya or the GCI or Sapphire or JTAC if necessary, but there you go, got customers. The Guinness 1-1 radio check for Bandar Abbas is readable. Okay. And Guinness 1 Bandar, you are number 1 for takeoff. Report when ready to taxi.
Bandar Abbas, Guinness 2-1, we'll follow Guinness 1-1 flight 216's behind them.
Guinness 2, that's a firm. I'll have you guys fly as a 4-ship until you guys decide to separate yourselves.
Copied 1-1, how's it gone?
Guinness 1, you'll be leading the Guinness 1 and Guinness 2 as a 4-ship. I'll be instructing you directly for all 4 ships. Expect runway 03 right for takeoff. This is to separate from Havardaya. So I'm just letting them know how far he's going to have a little bit of long taxi.
I'm going to have a standby cap to the southeast of the Hitzak.
Yeah.
Bandar Abbas, Guinness 1-1, Guinness flight ready for taxi.
Guinness 1-1, turn right, taxi down runway 21 right, turn left Alpha for runway 3 right, line up and wait. Right, so looking at the Bandar check-in, we're expecting Bullet 1 and 2 to check in next. They may not, but they're the next guys who are on the schedule.
Havardaya, Sapphire.
Sapphire, Havardaya, go ahead. Havardaya, Sapphire, go ahead.
Be advised, I've got two Compass AVBs at Havadiah. Are they meant to be on the LHA 1?
Negative, they're meant to be on the airfield.
Roger, I just don't have them on my documentation. Do I deploy them after Dark Spice?
AFM.
Roger, thank you.
Request modification, deploy before Dark Spice.
Okay.
Approved.
Patron Bandar. Patron, this is Bandar. Patron, I'm going to have Guinness 1 and Guinness 2 taken off as a 4-ship shortly. You'll have your cap presently in about 2 minutes.
Captain 2, Patron. Sapphire, Patron, I'm going to ignore things I shouldn't be able to see, like those K-50s.
So yeah, I'm just letting the GCI know how long you can expect his cap as well.
Yeah.
Because he'll want to plan when he can plot air intercepts and things like that. Now, what's the frequency for GCI, Walker?
That would be 135.00.
Try again. What's the frequency for GCI?
I've got
Try 130.0. Read the operations one, the black and white one at the top. Air Ops is Sapphire. GCI is 130.0.
13.
Bandar ground. This is Fireball 1-1 and 1-2 ready for taxi.
Fireball 1 and Fireball 2 stand by, and I'm waiting for I'm waiting for Bullet, and they are number 3 and 4 for takeoff line. So I'm going to have to call back to Fireball once I hear from Bullet and get them listed front.
Yeah. Fireball just popped up then.
Bandar Tower, this is Bullet flight. Request radio check.
Bullet, readability 5, call in ready to taxi. You are number 3.
Roger.
Guinness 1, rolling takeoff, runway 3 right, break. Guinness 2, hold short, runway 3 right. You'll be next to take off behind Guinness 1.
It's Banjo.
Guinness 2, copy.
Hello Banjo, this is Bandar.
Wait out.
Badger, Sapphire's on Discord.
Wait, Badger, you managed to get onto intercom? That's cool.
So we've told Guinness 1-1 it's a rolling takeoff, so as soon as they join their airfield they're just supposed to start running. Guinness 2-1, line up and wait behind the rolling Guinness 1, expect short clearance to take off. Guinness 1, climb and maintain 5,000 feet, fly the runway heading for 5 miles, and then join GCI on 130.0, call sign Patron. Good day.
Climb and maintain 5,000, push to 130. Guinness 1-1, good day.
Guinness 2, do you intend to do single ship or 2-ship departures?
Stand by, Guinness 2-2's having a slight issue. Stand by.
Problem?
Bandar, Guinness 2-1 will take off as a single. Expect Guinness 2 to call you.
Understood.
Shortly.
Guinness 2-1 cleared to take off, runway 3 right, climb and maintain 5,000 feet, fly the runway heading for 5 miles, and call GCI Patron on 130.0.
Guinness 2 will go.
So now we've potentially got a blockage, haven't we, on
Potentially
on
we do,
Alpha?
but the thing is I'm still waiting on Bullet, and until Bullet start moving we don't have a problem. However, planning for that, we have some options.
He's
Yeah, so he's recognised he's a blockage and he's probably just respawned. If he'd chosen to stay there, I would have found out first of all if he was able to move off and get out of the taxiway. There's a little runoff area.
Tower, bullet flight, ready for taxi.
Bullet 1 and bullet 2 join runway 21 right to taxi. Takeoffs will be for 3 right, and you'll take the full length down to Alpha.
Taxi to 3 right via runway 21 right, hold at Alpha, bullet flight. Guinness 2-1, push that to last Gogany.
Fireball 1, Fireball 2, follow the bullet flight, the two flights of A10s behind.
We will follow the Warthogs behind you on both
Yes sir, Fireball 1 and Fireball 2 in sequence, you're number 5 and 6 to take off respectively.
I will follow the A10s.
Patron Bandar.
Bandar Abbas Tower, Blackthorne flight, ready to taxi, happy to follow Fireball.
Blackthorne 1, good day. Yes, continue and follow Fireball. You'll be number 7 in sequence, and your 2 flight will be number 8.
Copy for Blackthorne, thank
That's
you.
worked out quite nicely. They've either sat patiently waiting, or they've just called ready a taxi. Either way, that's nice of them. So we've got, who have we got left? That's going to be Absolute. There you go, see. Absolute 1, go.
Patron, have a dire.
Absolute flight is ready to taxi.
Patron, follow Blackthorne. This is going to be a hell of an elephant walk.
Absolute, following the...
Patron, have a dire. Be advised. Compass are not contacting me yet. I'm deploying Dark Spice first.
Roger that.
Patron, this is Bandar. We had a technical issue with one of the F-16s in Guinness, so you'll probably only have 3 F-16s for the moment. I've got the A-10s from Bullet taking off next. Is that going to be okay, or is that a problem? Do I need to hold them?
Negative, continue.
Continuing as fragged. Expect the respective flights to be less than 30 seconds to 1 minute spacings between them, so you're going to get the entire airfield empty very shortly.
Patron.
So Bullet is A-10s, they're going to go to air ops.
Yep.
Who else have we got next? Bandar is Fireball. Fireball are, what are they? They are Cap. So they're going to go to GCI.
Cap.
Then we've got Blackthorne. What's their role?
Blackthorne
Seed.
is...
So I'm going to hand them over to
Seed.
air ops.
Right. What's the
Air ops is
frequency for air ops?
135.0. You'll see it in the operations page. You see the black and red section on the top of that page. You can see it on the Tactical Tuesday. If you click on it, you'll get a full screen image. Bullet 1, line up and wait runway 3 right. Your briefing as to follow. Bullet 2, hold short Alpha. Expect to line up and wait behind Bullet 1 when they start rolling.
Bullet 1, line up and wait. We're all on the same frequency here, so we've request for ship line up and then staggered departure. Possible.
Bullet 1 approved as requested. Bullet 1 line up and wait. Bullet 2 line up and wait directly behind Bullet 1.
Bullet 2.
Bullet flight. Takeoff brief as follows. Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Fly the runway heading for 5 miles. And all Bullet flights will contact air ops on 135.0 once 5 miles clear of my airfield. Bullet 1, clear to depart when ready.
Clear to take off. Bullet 1.
Fireball flight holds short Alpha behind the A10s.
We'll hold short.
And Fireball, are you going to be flying as 2 or 4 ship?
2 ship.
Fireball 1, you'll be the next to take off behind the A10s. Your takeoff briefing as follows. You will climb and maintain 5,000 feet for 5 miles. Caution, the A10s in front of you.
Yeah, we'll climb to 5 as soon as we take off. Thank you.
Fireball 2, your takeoff brief as follows. You will climb and maintain 4,000 feet. You will turn right 040 for 5 miles for separation from the Hornets.
Fireball 2, copy.
So Bullet 1 now is rolling, so that's good for them. Fire.
Yeah. So obviously you've been sending them 2,000 because obviously
A10s are not going to get to 5,000 feet in 5 miles anyway, so there's no point giving them an unachievable target.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got that written down.
I mean, it doesn't have to, it can be any number really, the numbers are fairly arbitrary, but I need to be sure that they're happy to be able to obey them. And you notice I gave Fireball 2 and Fireball 1 slightly different headings and slightly different altitudes. Because they be speedy boys. Fireball 1, line up and wait runway 3. Caution, wake turbulence A10s.
Line up and wait. Fireball 1.
Fireball 2, you can line up and wait behind Fireball 1s as well. Caution, jet wash. Blackthorne 1, takeoff brief as follows. When cleared, you will climb and maintain 5,000 feet. You will turn right, heading 050 for 5 miles. And you will also contact AirOps 135.0 call sign Sapphire.
050 for 5 miles, climb and maintain 5,000, we'll push to AirOps at Blackthorne.
Fireball 1, clear to take off 03 right, wind 133 at 4. And QFE is break. I went and lost it. QFE 30.0.
I take it this is one of the
this is why I'm doing
parts.
it. I didn't want you stumbling on this.
Yeah, yeah.
Blackthorne, are you flying as a 2 or 4 ship today?
Sapphire. That'll be 2 ship for Blackthorne.
Sapphire, Patron.
Patron Sapphire, go ahead.
My tactical problem is my seed flights aren't up front yet, so I can't prosecute these high-value targets in the hips.
If what would you like?
It's just to let you know that I can't push fighters in when I've got
Fireball 2, clear to depart runway 3 right, as briefed. Banjo, Bandar, I have your seed flights taking off presently. They should be contacting AirOps shortly.
Roger, many thanks.
Thorn 1, line up and wait behind the departing Fireball call signs.
Sorry, Bandar Tower, was that line up and wait?
It's an A-firm line up and wait. In fact, you're actually cleared for a rolling takeoff as briefed.
Copy, clear for takeoff, thank you.
Blackthorne 2, takeoff instructions as follows. Fly runway heading to 5,000 feet for 5 miles. Contact AirOps Sapphire 135.0.
Blackthorne 2, copy.
Absolute 1, are you flying 2 or 4 ship?
Absolute is flying
Absolute
with
1, takeoff instructions to follow. you will fly the runway you will fly, you will turn right 040 on takeoff. You will climb and maintain 5,000 feet for separation with Blackthorne, and after 5 miles you will also contact Sapphire 135.0. Blackthorne 2, clear to take off, runway 3 right as briefed. So I could tell him to line up and wait, then take off, but I know he's going to be they're clear already, so there's no point in just breaking the instruction down like that. You can just get going right away. At the moment, we're getting speed. We're getting the feeling that speed is key because the JTAC's wanting his seed flight. So let's get him in the air.
Yeah. Notice Guinness is
yeah, they're being held back because the seed flight hasn't arrived on scene yet, and to be honest, I'm going to follow the flight departure as given. So that's not on me. That's a debrief item for there. If someone told me to push the seed flight to the front, I would have.
Yeah.
Absolute 1-1. Are you taking off as a 2 or a 4 ship as well?
Sapphire Patron.
Absolute 1. Line up your 4 ship and wait once you look established. I'll clear you out as briefed. Let me see that Guinness 2-2 is back in the hangar, so once he talks to me, I'll get him in there. No, you tend not to. Not for a long, long time. This is far more important at this point in time. So once I see that all 4 aircraft are on the runway, and it doesn't look like they've given each other enough space, to be honest, but that's their problem, not mine. Yeah, they're getting there.
Sapphire Patron 501 to you.
Absolute, clear to take off as briefed, runway 3 right, winds 132 for 4 knots, QFE 30.0.
Repeat last.
Have a dire. Bandar Abbas, have a dire.
Have a dire, go for Bandar.
Be advised, F-14 crossing your takeoff path.
Guinness 2-2, request exit runway.
Understood. My guys are separating out to the right anyway. Guinness 2-2, good day. Right turn onto the taxiway. You can have a rapid taxi all the way to runway 3 right. You're the only guy on the ground right now.
Copy, rapid taxi runway 31 right. Guinness 2-2.
Patron Sapphire.
Sapphire, this is Bandar.
Bandar Tower, you say runway 31 right or runway
I said runway
right?
03 right.
Copy, 03 right. Guinness 2-2.
Strongbow 1 Sapphire. Thank you.
Sapphire Bandar, all aircraft for your frequency are off my airfield.
Roger that.
Walker, how do you feel about giving this guy's clearance?
I've managed to break.
It's okay.
Discord.
As long as SRS is working.
Yeah, I was just for the intercom. I didn't have a key binding for it, so I was just making a key binding for it. But then
Cool.
I'm done. Right. So when he gets down to Alpha,
Yep. What you gonna give him?
clear
Go for it.
rolling takeoff.
Remember the run to clearly read out the runway as well, so it's clear for rolling takeoff, runway 3 right. And then read him the winds and the QFE. QFE is 30.0, it's 30 inches of mercury. You see it in the properties just above the winds. Just in the middle of the information chart. It's just so he's got the right barometric pressure. Most of the guy pilots here don't pay attention to it too much, so even if you just want to read them the winds, that's enough.
Okay. So Guinness 22, clear to take off runway 03 right.
Yep. And what are we going to give him for a heading?
Yep.
Patron Sapphire.
Runway heading. So follow runway heading 5 miles.
Do it.
5,000
Go for it.
feet.
Your show, Walker.
Right.
Guinness 22, clear for rolling takeoff. Runway 03 right. Wind is 132 at 4 knots. Please proceed to 5,000 feet at takeoff heading.
Guinness 22, cleared rolling takeoff. Proceed 5,000 feet. Guinness 22.
Excellent.
Well,
Told you it wasn't going to be that bad. Only.
Yeah, I still don't fancy tackling what you just tackled.
No, but I wouldn't expect you to not straight away. That's fine. I'm just giving you single ships.
I think I figured out a good way of doing it though. When I was watching you, I thought, when it comes to eventually doing it for myself, I'd get on the kneeboard early, make a list, and then when they're done, cross them off. Delete
that works for you. That works for you.
Right. So this guy wants to go to GCI at 1:30. Call sign patron.
So go ahead and let him know once it looks like he's well and truly in the air.
Right. So what do you want me to say again?
Guinness 22
So tell him what tell him to join the frequency 130.0 once you're 5 miles out.
Guinness 22, please contact GCI at 130.
Contact GCI 130. Guinness 22.
Like a boss, Walker. Well done.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to start having a recovery. We're going to start looking at a recovery plan now. So we're going to start. So I'm going to switch to tactical view.
Yeah.
Because I need to see like islands and shit around me.
That's where my problem. That's where my.
So first of all, I'm looking to see if anyone is actually returning at the moment. Doesn't look like it right now, which is fine. But you can now see what I was talking earlier. Look, there's Strongbow 2-2 landing on Havardaya from the west. So we need to be mindful that if he needs to go around or needs to take a mouse approach, we need to about half of the space between.
Which runway do you think we should be using for landing?
We're going to use runway 3 right. Because it's 3 right is the active. The reason why we're doing that is because I don't want people using the one runway to take off and have people land inbound on that runway as well.
Yeah, because if somebody's comms don't work and they just decide to do it.
There is that, and I can't really use runway 21 right to land or runway 3 left to land because that's a taxiway for people to get onto the runway 3 right. So as far as I'm concerned today, runway 3 left or runway 21 right is not a runway, it's a taxiway. Because I'm not going to have people take off to the southwest into Havardaya's airspace. That's a risk that Rob. That's kind of been a bit of a buddy fucker to Rob, and who's managing his space.
Yeah.
I'm just causing him headaches at that point. Just like when he had an aircraft fly from his airspace into mine, he called over to me and said, "Hey, there's an aircraft flying around." And I'm like, "Okay, no problem."
So would you probably send them out to the southeast island?
That's a good
and
approach.
then come in
Makes
that way?
perfect sense to me. I certainly see nothing wrong with that kind of an approach. What's really cool is you can see in the map there's this artificial structure, looks like a dock or something like that, just in front of the runway. So that's a nice visual marker for me that I don't want them going any further west than those docks. See the docks just to the west of Bandar Abbas, it's between Havardaya. They're sticking out into the ocean. So for me that for me is a marker. I don't want my aircraft going further west than that.
Patron Sapphire, what's the air picture like?
I have a single group of frogfoots pushing in from the north.
Any news on those two ship helicopters heading east?
I've still got the helicopters tracking east, roughly bullseye 07040.
Could we mark that?
I'm not in DCS, but sure.
Patron Bandar. A few minutes ago, Guinness 22 takeoff, so my airfield is now empty. You should have contacted you by now.
Patron Roger, I've got him in. Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, just checking. So yeah, we're now.
Havardaya Sapphire, what's happened to Strongbow 22?
Sapphire Havardaya, unsure. He just requested a landing.
He's despawned as well.
Yeah, right.
He's.
Well, I guess that explains that.
Is he just disconnected?
By the looks of it, yeah.
Poor Strongbow.
Oh, disregard, he's back.
Must have had a technical issue. It is an F-14 after all.
A-firm, yeah, he's in a new aircraft.
Well, good on him for bringing it back, I suppose. Right, Walker, so what's my plan going to be for bringing aircraft back? We're going to send them. I think we should just send them to this island,
Sapphire,
and then from the island into the path for runway 3 right.
Yeah. So on the tactical view, if you go northeast, see that river?
Yes, I do actually. About 20 miles out.
Yeah. So say we've got Guinness 1-1 there. So we want to send him down. So he would say fly heading 193.
I would probably just round it down to 190 because you're aiming. Yeah, just keep it nice and simple. You don't need to be as precise as that because you're going to give them corrective headings soon.
Yeah. So we'll fly 190 for say 25, and then we want to shoot in then west. So then we'll go like 170.
270 would probably be better.
270. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, 270.
I know you did, but the pilots wouldn't have.
But they won't. And then we would obviously say report field in view.
Yeah, if you're sending them 270, you'd probably say airfield is to your right 2 o'clock or your right 3 o'clock, something like that, about 10 miles. Report field in sight. And if they say field not in sight, you're going to have to give them further vectors. You're going to have to say, okay, turn right heading 030, or report field in sight should be on your 12 o'clock. Once.
I really like this feature that you can right click and it tells you every heading, every mile. Just
Yeah, it's much handier than people realise. It's not entirely intended for what we do here with ATC. It's more intended for GCI to do like bullseye calls and RA calls, but it's damn handy.
It's basically how I've been finding my way around DCS and single player to use the F10.
Exactly, it's the same principle. There's quite a few. Notice there's quite a few tankers and stuff up there, so people might actually be grabbing fuel to stay up for longer, which is fine by me.
Yep.
So did you notice what I did there earlier with once everyone started calling that they were ready to taxi? It was nice that they were calling it in sequence. I did appreciate that.
Yeah.
But you notice I was just like, you follow that flight, you follow that flight, you follow that flight. There's no point giving everybody the same taxi instructions. They're all on the same frequency. They can all hear the traffic, the instructions. They all know which runway they're heading for. And you noticed as well, when I was giving them all clearances to help me speed up the takeoff process, normally I'd have to maybe wait about 30 seconds or a minute just to make sure there's enough separation. What I was doing though is I was giving people slightly different bearings and slightly different altitudes so that they could all be in the same part of sky but not really have a chance of hitting each other.
Yeah. I suppose the main ones to look out for is like the helos and the A10s.
Helos to a certain extent. You're not likely to clear an aircraft to around about 500 feet, and you'll usually tell a helicopter to stay under 500 feet.
Mind you, they just take off from their...
yeah, that can be a problem though, especially if they have to cross the runway. So as a rule, what I will do is if we look at Bandar Abbas, for example, we know that all the ramps are on the northern side or the northwestern side of the airfield. So I would clear them to take off to the north.
Sapphire Patron, Patron
so
Sapphire.
Heading over the town.
I'm still getting a lot of SA-10 trouble with my fighters. What luck on seed?
No confirmed hits as of yet. We've had a few SA-8s. We've heard a few harms being shot up just west of Giroft, but no confirmed kills as of yet.
Bandar.
So query whether they may have been
Bandar,
shot
this
down
is
or not.
Sapphire. Bandar, this is Sapphire, this is Bandar.
Bandar,
to help
Sapphire,
prosecute your harm attacks, recommend you have all of your harm equipped aircraft fire simultaneously. It will overwhelm the defense. If you keep handing them out one or two at a time, it's easy meat for the SA-10s.
Yeah.
Looks like they're actually figuring that out already. You can see the Strongbow flight just south of the enemy target area. They're all firing their harms to pretty much right inside the kill box. Strongbow. So you see the purple or the blue HIDZAC zone. Got the Strongbow flights, the F-18s. They've been firing harms from the south to the north into the target area there. There's SA-10s and shit there. So the thing with the SA-10 is it's an aircraft that it's a SAM system that is actually able to shoot down harms. So if they only throw them one at a time, it's just going to be like the guys playing Missile Command. It's going to be so easy. But if you throw several of them down their throat, they're not going to be able to fire at them all. They're just not going to be able to track them all. So it's just a suppression weapon at that point, which is the whole point of the harm.
Yeah, we did that in not last lesson, the lesson before. Surprisingly easier than I thought it was going to. I mean, obviously it was just against nothing really, but it was...
Harms are incredibly powerful weapons if used correctly, but more modern systems will require a large number of them. You need to plan that for every one that you fire, for every 2 or 3 that you fire, maybe only one of them could get through possibly.
So we've got a fireball over to our north.
Yes, see them. They're flying southeast at the moment.
Oh, this is joining with a tank.
Havardaya, this is Bandar.
Havardaya,
My airspace, my tower is completely empty. So if you want Strongbow to fly directly overhead for easy speed to them, I have no trouble with that.
Roger.
I'll let you know when that situation changes. Just gonna help Rob out a bit and let him know he doesn't have to avoid my field.
Yeah. Do the F-14s have live Rios? Or do they just use
I
a
don't know.
Chester?
It could be either. There'd be no problem with a live Rio, and then also similar, there'd be no problem with them using Chester.
Roger, Banda. I don't think he's too confident with the radios, so.
Yeah. No problem. Like I say, you can temporarily remove my airspace restriction if it's going to give him a direct vector and safety.
Yeah, he's turned now and he's switched radio frequencies.
No problem.
Banjo, Patron, you've got a frogfoot coming into your zone.
Looks like Strongbow's looking to sort him out. Less than 5 miles between them. Yeah, 2 miles between them. Yeah, that's an easy shot for them.
So, what other things are you listening at the moment?
I'm listening to the intercom and my frequency. I am listening to nothing else.
Right.
Nothing else is important to me. I'm looking at the tactical view and I'm just looking at the action going wrong, because it's good to know if I see someone travelling to the southwest and they're pretty close to me. You know, I mean, I've asked for a 20-mile.
So current update is SA10 site up north is currently active. It appears to be switching on and off.
Yeah, as I was saying, you know, if I see friendly aircraft approaching 30 miles of my airfield, I'm going to start being interested, because that's when I'm going to start having to make plans. But so I'm just watching it play out at the moment.
We've got a Guinness 1-1.
Yeah, we'll see if they stay heading south. They're running cap at the moment, so that might just be their patrol.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of Su-24s just taking off north. That's like upwards of 200 miles from us though, so it's a fairly big area.
Who makes the missions?
He's got a couple of people that help him, but fundamentally it's his design. So he's basically the game master at the moment.
It will take a long time to plan these
Planning the missions can be somewhat difficult. It helps that he's actually got a place to start, because obviously he bases it on the results of the previous mission.
Yeah. It's interesting watching what everybody's doing.
It's a bit of a spectator sport at the moment. Lemon, sorry about that. I've just started watching your thing.
It'd be nice to have a bit of a live view, you know, like an actual, you know, from the game itself. But mind you, you can't really do it, can you? Because you need to be concentrating on what you're doing.
Yeah, it gets a bit difficult.
Not watching people dogfight.
Element, sorry for the delay in explanation. Yes, I'm running air traffic control for GCS.
What setup are you running then?
What setup am I running?
Peace.
Banjo Patron,
P.
you've got a K50 in your airspace.
I'm running i7 3770K, 32 gigs of DDR3 RAM, and a GTX 970. Not a supercomputer by any stretch of the imagination.
Check.
No. I didn't know what I was buying when I bought mine. It runs fine. I get a bit of frame rate
Sapphire
on the
Patron.
floor.
I mean, my computer's old. It's in excess of 6 or 7 years old, so I know I've got what I paid for out of it.
Yeah, well, that's the main thing.
I would have been going for a new computer, but obviously everything went wrong.
Sapphire Patron.
And Ellie1, no, I'm not a teacher. Well, I am today, but not a professional one.
Still heading south, is ours?
Yeah, we've got the F117s coming in, but we don't talk to them, so...
F117s, where are they?
Northeast 5 miles. They're just going to land straight in, runway 21 right.
Oh, right, yeah. So what's their job there? They're just like drones.
F117's been doing an attack.
Thunder Patron Guinness 1, 2, 1, 1, and 1, 3 recovering.
Guinness 1-2, good day. Continue inbound, call me back when 20 miles outbound.
You're
That's
talking
Patron.
on
Yeah,
intercom.
Yep, that was my fault. Guinness 1-2, good day. I'll be talking to you as for the 3 flight for the 3 ship. Continue inbound, report back to me in 20 miles. Oh, right, when you're 20 miles outbound. So, I'm not going to talk to them until 20 miles, because just in case something else shows up.
I've only got the one Guinness.
Guinness 2-2 is just sitting there on his Todd up there, but he was late to the party to take off, so he's probably still got missiles.
Right.
Remember, he's the guy that had a technical issue earlier?
Yeah.
And Guinness 1-2, for your advisory, you can expect runway 3 right for landing.
Sapphire Patron on intercom.
Yeah, right.
Who the hell is this guy? Dark SP22 Leo. Dark Spice? He's landed it.
Single flight, habit area inbound. Fireball 1-1's Winchester RTB.
Havadaya Bandar, I have one of your Dark Spice pilots spawned in on my airfield.
Thunder Abbas, Guinness 1.
Guinness 1, good day.
Roger, feel free to deal with them.
Thunder Abbas, Guinness 1 is a flight of 3 F-16s with you to the northeast, 35 miles, Bills 222 for 82. Request
Guinness
landing.
1-1, radar
Sapphire
contact,
Patron on intercom.
continue heading 180, vectors to land runway 03 right.
180 for Guinness 1, expecting vectors for 0
So the
3
first thing we want to do now, Walker, is we want to find out what their altitude is. We'll get that from selections properties.
So he's 20,000.
20 grand, yeah. So 20 miles. I'm going to have him start making a descent to 5,000.
Okay.
Guinness 1-1, descend to 5,000 feet. Continue heading. Looks like they're flying very close together as a 3-ship. Once we get closer to that island, I'll start spacing them out for landings.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm only picking one up. I'm only picking.
Yeah, you can see there's 3
up.
labels above their heads that are that close together.
Yeah, I do see that now. Yeah.
Guinness 011, Bandar. Guinness 11, not sure if you copied my last. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Maintain current heading.
Descend and maintain 5,000, maintain current heading, Guinness 1-1.
And Guinness 11, do you intend to land as a 3-ship, or do you want to start separating out for single ship landings?
Under Guinness 1, request separation, please. We'll land singles.
Okay. Guinness 12, maintain speed 250. Guinness 21, maintain speed 240. Guinness 11, maintain speed 260. I'll have you separate out.
Bandar, say again, speeds for Guinness
Guinness flight assignments 11, speed 260. Guinness 12, speed 250. Guinness 21, speeds 240.
Copy.
Guinness 12 and Guinness 21 to follow Guinness 1 in trail. So basically I've just told everyone to follow Guinness 11, but they're going to start slowing down and sparing out. Once I see about a mile or 2 separation, then we can start controlling them singly.
You're right about the F-16s. They're the first 2 ones out. Do we have to worry about Strongbow flights? Obviously,
They're coming towards us, but they're not talking to us, so they must be for Haverdaya. I mean, they took off from Haverdaya anyway.
Yeah, I've just checked that.
Guinness 11, right turn 230.
230 for Guinness
And
1-1.
Guinness 11, descend to 2,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 2,000.
Right, so they're spread out about a mile now, so that should that's going to be suitable now. Guinness 12, right turn 230.
Right turn, 230.
So they're not. They're now I'm going to start controlling them individually to a certain extent. Because everything's starting getting spotty.
So you're sending him directly over the middle of the
Yeah, so Guinness 1-1's
island.
going to head through the top of the island, Guinness 1-2's going to head for the bottom of the middle of the island, and Guinness 2-1's going to head for the south of the island.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guinness 2-1, left turn 230.
Confirm left.
Correction, right turn 230.
Copied right 230.
Guinness 1-1, left turn 270 to intercept an 8 mile final, runway 03 right.
Guinness 1-1, 270 to intercept.
Guinness 2-1, right turn 270 to intercept a 10 mile final, runway 03 right.
Right 270, Guinness 2-1.
Guinness 1-2, right turn 270, also to intercept a 7 mile final.
Guinness 1-2, right hand turn 270.
It's getting a bit close because they're about a mile apart from each other, but their speeds are very different. So. Guinness 2-1, left turn for traffic, 260, I'll have you extend out a little.
2-1 left 260.
Guinness 1-1, aircraft tower to your right, 3 o'clock, runway 03 right, report field in sight. Guinness 1-1, tower right, 4 o'clock, report field in sight.
Going straight on.
Guinness 1-1, turn in, clear to land, runway 03 right.
I suppose it's never going to be completely
No,
dead
I'm not
on
aiming
to
to
where
have
he
him
is
dead
on the
on.
map, is it?
Guinness 1-2, field is to your right, 4 o'clock, 8 miles, report field in sight. Guinness 1-2, turn into the field, you continue inbound, you'll be number 2 to land.
Bandar, say again for
Guinness 1-2, you'll be number 2 for approach, clear. And Guinness 2-1, field is to your right, 4 o'clock, 11 miles, report field in sight.
Guinness 2-1, field in sight, confirm clear to start.
Guinness 2-1, commence inbound, you'll be number 3.
2-1.
So what I've left them now is a fairly reasonable amount of spacing.
Yeah.
I've kind of had them overshoot the approach a little bit, which is a bit naughty of me, but I was so focused on getting Guinness 1-1 out of Haverdire's space.
Yeah.
Guinness 1-1, clear to land, runway 03 right, winds 123 at 4 knots.
I would be careful because it looks like we've got
Guinness
traffic on the
Yeah, they're in the taxiway though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it just jumped right across.
It's the labels that are jumping,
map.
but not the people. You got to watch for that with them. Right. The labels are moving around to try and make them look visible, so that they're not standing on top of one another. But it doesn't always help.
Right.
Guinness 1-1, when able, vacate the runway, no delay. Guinness 1-2. It's going to be short clearance to land. Continue.
Guinness 1-2, copy.
Guinness 2-1, likewise, expect a short notice clearance to land.
2-1.
Do me a favour, Walker. Go into airport view and let me know when he's looking like he's vacated.
Yep.
Guinness 1-2, clear to land, runway 03 right. Yeah, he's fine. I can see he's just started to turn on, so he's taking the rapid taxi.
Yeah. Are you going to send him to the top part?
I'll
or
see
the
where he
bottom
wants
part?
to go, but to be honest, he's probably going to go trying back to his original ramp, which is what they tend to do. Guinness 1-1, clear to continue, taxi to ramp, turn right onto runway 03 left, taxi.
Turn right on 03 left, taxi to ramp, Guinness 1-1.
Guinness 2-1, clear to land, runway 03 right.
2-1 short final.
Putting a bit of faith in Guinness 1-2 here, but he looks like he's managed to slow the aircraft down enough. Yeah, he's going to take the full length taxiway by the looks of it. He's missed the rapid taxi. Guinness 2-1, vacate via the rapid taxi in the middle of the airfield if possible.
Patron Sapphire, what's the air picture like?
Patron clean. What I have got is some helicopters which I shouldn't be able to see.
Fireball 1-2, good
K-50s
day.
tracking out to the
Hold
north.
short for the F-16
Sorry, repeat last.
crossing in front of you.
I've got some K-50s tracking out to the north, but based on their speed in real life I wouldn't be able to see them.
Oh, Russia.
Okay, so this is where things start getting funny. Because we're gonna, you can see them. We're gonna start ending up with them about to bump into another one. Guinness 1-2, hold short at the next junction for your 1-1 lead, passing to the left.
Oh, yeah, so we mean.
Guinness 2-1 clear and active.
Guinness 2-1, follow Guinness 1-2 in front of you.
Traffic consent.
Guinness 1-2, follow the F-16 that's just past your nose.
Guinness 1-2, copy.
Fireball 1-2. Join taxiway 2-1 right via Foxtrot 2. Taxi down 2-1 right to Alpha for runway 03 right.
Roger, taxiing 2-1 right.
That's correct. So that was a little close together, but other than that, other than me missing them, not really giving them the most neatest of approaches in the world, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, to be honest. Some of it is putting a bit of faith in the skill of the pilots, and some of it is having them put a bit of faith in you, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you want to control Fireball 1-2? Go for it.
Yep.
So he's going to get his taxiway instructions, so you're just going to be thinking about his clearance to departure, his altitude, and where he needs to go for his frequency change.
Yep, so let's see what he's doing. So, yeah, so he's going to the GCI.
Looks like we're going to get a Fireball 1-2 and Blackthorne 1-2 coming inbound soon as well.
Traffic Fireball 1-2, ready for takeoff.
Wait a minute, I've got two Fireball 1-2s. That's brilliant. Fireball 1-2, you're to taxi down that runway and then turn left onto Alpha for runway 03 right.
Back taxiing the runway and turning for
Yeah, safe firm. We have Haverdier to our west. I can't have you take off into that direction, unfortunately.
Roger, control.
Bravo Tower, Fireball 1-1's with you at 15 miles, 13,000 feet, state 2.0.
Fireball 1-1, continue inbound, turn left, heading 200, vectors to land, runway 03 right.
Turning 200, waiting for vectors at 03
So we're
right.
just going to use that island as a reference point again. You can see I'm just giving everyone pretty much a one-way path here. Who's managing Blackthorne? Is that Sapphire?
That's
Sapphire, isn't it?
Blackthorne.
Sapphire. This is Bandar. I've yet to
Sapphire,
receive
go
a
ahead.
frequency call from Blackthorne 1-2. Is he intending to land in my airfield?
Blackthorne 2-1, did you
call
say?
sign Caster.
Roger that, one moment.
And similar for Dark Spice. So here's the question: do we think we can get?
If you connect with Blackthorne 1-1 and see if you can get hold of Blackthorne 1-2.
Many thanks.
Repeat the last. Is it Dark Spice 1-2?
Disregard. I've got comms on him now. Blackthorne 1-2. I have you
Roger
10 miles out to the east. Right turn, left turn 200. Vectors to land 1803 right.
Break.
Are you in
intercom.
airport view or are you in
Tac.
tactical view at the moment?
Blackthorne 1-2. Good day.
Even though the guy's
Right, left
taxi.
turn. Correction. Left turn 200. Vectors to land 1803 right. Fireball 1-2. Rolling takeoff. Runway 03 right for Bandar. Sorry for stealing your thunder, Walker.
Oh no, it's fine.
Sapphire, Patron.
Fireball 1-2,
Patron, Sapphire, go ahead.
03 right.
Stump.
Fireball 1-2. Climb and maintain 2,000 feet. Runway heading for 5 miles.
So you were keeping below.
Dark Spice,
where
yeah, I
the
don't know
guy
what
is.
his intentions are.
Yep.
2,000 feet, please. There is an F-18 going to be passing over my head.
Sapphire, Patron, once these chicks refuel, can we get those tankers moved north about 50 miles, please, mate?
Blackthorn 1-2. We're going to take a right turn heading
Which tanker would you like moved?
Disregard. Continue.
Both tankers need to come north a fair bit. In fact,
Blackthorn 1-2.
Roger.
Descend and maintain 2,000
stand by.
feet.
New
Break.
tanker orbit.
Fireball
Bullseye,
1-1.
230,
Descend and maintain
90 would be
2,000
perfect.
feet.
Roger.
So they're pretty close together.
Thunder,
Guinness 1, go.
Thunder, Guinness is rearmed, refueled, and ready for
Number of
taxi.
ships to take off. Understood.
Ships.
Taxi as per previous to runway 03 right, hold short. I've got 2 inbound.
Taxi to 03 right and hold short. Guinness 1-1.
So I'm using a bit of shorthand there because I know he knows the route.
Yeah.
Blackthorn 1-2. Right
It
turn
appears
to
I'm
bearing
unable to
300
control.
to intercept the approach for 03
You can't control them.
Negative. They should be coming north anyways.
Bearing 330
Yeah, I'm showing manoeuvres on the
now.
north one.
Fireball 1-2. Right turn 300.
Could also have the E3 come to bullseye 1 standby. Bullseye 200 100.
Fireball 1-1. Sorry. right turn 300.
I'm losing picture to the north.
KC-135 is now rerouted.
Blackthorne 1-2, airfield is to your right, 2
Roger.
o'clock, report, and it's
Yeah, the
about 10
MPRS
miles
is on
out,
the
report
move.
field in sight.
The boom refueler isn't.
Blackthorne 1-2, clear to land, runway 03 right, you're number 1 to land.
Bandar Abbas, Patron, I've got Guinness 22 overflying your airspace. No factor.
Fireball 1-1, airfield is to your right, 2 o'clock, 12 miles out, report field in sight.
Field in sight.
Fireball 1-2, continue
flight
inbound
path,
for approach,
set
runway
for
03 right, you're number 2 for clearance.
Bandar Abbas, Guinness 22 joining you.
Fireball 1-1, yes. Be aware, your username has you down as
Coming
1-2,
over
it's
from
very
Patron.
confusing.
I know. I'm tracking.
Bandar Tower, this is Blackthorne 2-1. Fuel state critical, about 15 miles out.
Blackthorne 2-1, continue inbound directly, expect vectors to land, runway 21 left. This is going to be an emergency for you.
Copy, 2-1 left.
So we're going to have a problem because if he ends up clearing out the entire runway, it's going to bump right into Guinness, so we need to push them out.
Bandar Abbas Tower, Blackthorne 1-1 and 2-2 are just on the 6 of 2-1, permission to land when possible,
Are
please.
you fuel critical as well?
Negative
Okay.
5.5.
Blackthorne 1-1 and Blackthorne 2-2, left turn for separation, bearing 220. I'll get you guys sequenced normally.
Left turn 220, thank you.
Guinness 2, request landing at Bandar
Guinness
Abbas.
2-2, welcome back. Left turn heading 220.
Left turn 220, Guinness 2.
This is getting pretty sporty now, War.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah. I was too busy watching the.
Thank you for keeping an eye on
ground. So they're basically at the bottom of the runway now. Shall I instruct to hold?
They know to hold. They've been told to hold short alpha already. Blackthorne 1-2, vacate the runway where able. Fireball 1-1, clear to land, runway 03 right.
Enough time to take off.
Northern Fireball 1.
Blackthorne 2-1, continue approach, runway 21 left.
Copy, 2-1 left.
Guinness flight, I need you to hold for the fuel emergent. Sorry for the wait. Fireball 1-2, vacate the runway where able.
We'll vacate when able.
Blackthorne 2-1, airfield is to your left at 11 o'clock, about 6 miles, report field in sight.
Fuel state 1,000
Blackthorne
pounds.
2-1, you should have the field in front of you at 12 o'clock, you're clear to land runway 21 left to vacate the runway at the first available spot.
Copy.
Fireball 1.
Many thanks. Guinness 2-2, for spacing, left turn 200.
Left turn 220, Guinness 1, or sorry, Guinness 2.
Yeah, that's Guinness 2-2. Blackthorne 2-2? I can't tell who's in front.
That's 1-1 in the
Thank
lead,
you. Blackthorne 1-1, for spacing. take a right turn 250.
Right turn 250. Blackthorne.
Thunder, Guinness 1, holding short 03 right.
Guinness, thank you. I have a fuel emergent F-18 inbound from the northeast, so thank you for your hold.
Tower, Fireball 1-1, taxi is blocked.
Fireball, thank you. Blackthorne 1-2, right turn up and taxi left, taxi on 21 left.
Blackthorne 1-2 copies, got mixed up for the emergent runway, was holding short.
Not a problem. My call. My call. I'm juggling. I'm juggling a lot of balls right now.
Put them down and do your job.
Fireball 1-2. Follow the JF-17 in front of you.
Fireball 1-1 following the jet.
Blackthorne 1-1. Take a right turn heading 030. Airfield should be in sight on that bearing.
Field in sight, right turn 030 for
Blackthorne
Blackthorne
1-1. Continue inbound. Blackthorne 2-2. Take a right turn 030. You'll be number 2.
Right turn 030.
And Guinness 2-2. Right turn 300. You'll be number 3. Right turn 300 to intercept runway 03 right.
Right turn 300.
Guinness, a flight, thank you for your patience. 3 ship departure approved. Line up and wait runway 03. Rolling takeoff, no delay.
Clear for takeoff, Guinness 1.
Guinness flight on the runway, immediate takeoff, climb and maintain 5,000 feet, fly the runway heading for 5 miles, and then join GCI Patron 130.0.
Clear for takeoff, climb and maintain 5,000 feet until 5 miles, then clear for Patron, Guinness 1.
Blackthorne 2-2, right turn heading 040, field should be in sight to your right 3 o'clock. Blackthorne 2-2, field is to your right 2 o'clock, report field in sight. And 2-2, continue inbound on approach. You'll be getting clearance behind Blackthorne 1-1. Guinness 2-2, right turn 010. You're quite far out, so continue in that heading.
010, Guinness 2-2. Right now, Tower, Blackthorne 1-1, am I clear?
Blackthorne 1-1, yes, sorry.
Copy,
I thought I had given you clearance, but I've issued a lot of clearances in the last 10 seconds, sorry. Guinness 2-2, right turn 030, and you should have the field 20 miles out.
Right turn 030, field 20 miles out, Guinness 2.
Thunder, Guinness 1-1, flight checking out, pushing tactical.
Thank you, good hunting. Blackthorne 2-2, field should be to your left 11 o'clock. Continue inbound, expect clearance to land shortly.
Continue inbound, expect clearance.
Guinness 2-2, field is to your right 2 o'clock, 15 miles, report field in sight.
Right, 2 o'clock. Field's in sight.
Guinness 2-2, line up on approach, you'll be number 3 to land.
Line up and approach number 3, Guinness 2.
Blackthorne 1-1, vacate as soon as possible. Blackthorne 2-2, clear to land runway 03 right.
Clear to land 03 right, Blackthorne 2-2.
Blackthorne 1-1 is clear, 03 right at
Blackthorne
Echo.
1-1, thank you. Turn right on taxi 2 up 03 left to your stand. You may depart via one of the foxtrots if you're able to.
Copy, thank you.
Blackthorne 2-2, I think I gave you clearance, but if not, you have it again. Walker, do you want to give Guinness 2-2 clearance to land? He's a 10-mile file, nice and easy.
Well, I was going to suggest, I'm watching there and listening. When there was a lot going on, I was going to suggest if that happens again, do you want me to take over just to clear to land?
You can take the clearance to land for you. Alright, go ahead and clear Guinness 2-2.
Do we need to repeat wind?
No, we'll skip that for now. It's a bit too crowded on the comms as is.
Yeah.
Guinness 2-2, clear to land, runway 03 right.
Clear to land, 03 right, Guinness 2.
Is Blackthorne 2-2 gone around?
Looks like it.
Sorry about that. Had throttle issues there. I have
Blackthorne 2-2, no problem. Go ahead and turn right heading 205. We'll get you vectored in for a 5-mile final behind the F-16.
right turn 205.
So once he pops the 5-mile bubble there, I'll just have him turn back in for 03 right.
Yeah. Best tower, this is 502 inbound for landing.
Unfortunately, I found him 15 miles out. Fireball 2-1, right turn heading 130, correction, left turn 140. Expect vectors to land 03 right. So I'm keeping him to the east of my airfield to get him out of Havard airspace.
Yep.
Left turn 130.
So I've been following your instructions, with my cursor to see whereabouts you've been sending them.
Blackthorne 2-2, right turn onto runway heading. You'll be cleared to land.
Right turn onto runway heading clear to land. Blackthorne 2-2.
Sounds like he's in like the toilet.
I've heard him before. I think he has his microphone a little close to his face. Either that or he's wearing an oxygen mask in real life. I'm not sure which, but I don't mind it. Fireball 2-2 for spacing, left turn 150, and you'll be number 2 to land behind your leader. And if you're nodding your head, I can't agree. I can't see that.
I wish I could make the Harrier disappear.
It is a bit of a
That's
distraction.
Really annoying.
I think they're just sitting on the Tarawa, so I'm just learning to.
Oh, Banner, best tower, Fireball 2-2.
Fireball 2-2, good day. Fireball 2-2, follow in trail behind your leader. He is to your left heading 150.
Copy, 150.
Fireball 2-1, right turn heading 180.
Fireball 2-1. Right turn heading 180.
Warhogs are much slower, so you get plenty of space. I may not take them all the way to the island. I may just have them follow a 5-mile.
Tower, Fireball 1-1 is ready to taxi and go back up and play.
Fireball 1-1, stand by. I'll call back to you very shortly.
looks like we've got
Yeah, I
absolute
was
on
just
the way
checking
back
that
as well.
first. Where the hell is Fireball 1-1? There he is. Fireball 1-1, taxi, back taxi down, runway 21 right, hold short alpha for runway 03 right takeoffs.
Back taxi 21 right, hold short, and wait for a clearance.
Okay, somehow Fireball 2-2 overtook 2-1, that's interesting. Fireball 2-2, right turn, heading 270 for intercept runway 03 right. And Blackthorne 2-2, clear to land runway 03 right. Better luck next time.
Back down. Combat 2, request landing 20 miles out. Be advised, I'm very low on fuels.
Last station, say again your call sign.
This Compass 2-2.
Compass 2-2, continue inbound, expect vectors to land 2-1 left for fuel emergency.
Info ticket.
Okay, that was 2 people at once, stand by. Fireball 2-1, right turn, heading 270. Fireball 2-2, maintain current heading, you're going to line up on the runway, you're going to line up for runway 03 right. Who was the other call sign talking to me? Absolute 1-1, I assume you want inbound.
Correct. Absolute 1-1 is full flight F-18 inbound from the east, 15 miles out. Request priority landing for 1-1 and 2-1.
Absolute 1-1, have your flight turn left to 220.
But I remember if you got the birds off last time, telling me now I have
220,
zero.
Yeah, I know.
Getting spicy.
Patron?
Compass 2-2, continue inbound vectors to land 2-1 left.
Info, I'll be over the runway in a few minutes.
Fireball 2-2, go around, perform a go around, sorry, I've got a fuel emergent Harrier coming in.
You're supposed to be so smart.
Fireball 2-2 repeat.
Fireball 2-2, right turn heading 090, I need you to go around because I have a fuel emergent Harrier coming in.
Like, I can't have you for that. I need to go to sleep. I'm so tired.
090. Inbound 20 miles from the northeast. Fuel state 1600.
What's that on?
Fireball 2-1, right turn 090, I'm aborting your approach for the fuel emergent Harrier.
Be quiet. I have to complete them once.
Fireball 2-1, right turn 090, so.
Compass 2-2, you can take a right turn and take runway 03 right if that's going to make your life easier.
Take a runway 20.
The Fireball 2-1, right turn 090 please.
Compass 2-1 to runway 03 right.
Compass 2-1, thank you. It's going to be a left turn 160 for separation.
Copy that.
So I'm going to send Fireball back, basically back to the island and behind because I'm pretty sure they've got loads of fuel.
Would you ever consider sending some to
Aberdeen?
the
Yes, I might.
Upper airstrip?
That's Fireball 2. Do you want me to descend?
Absolute 1-1.
Unfortunately, we've had so low.
Go ahead, left turn 270, descend to 2,000 feet.
Absolute 1-1. Surely right turn.
Yes, right turn, sorry. Compass 2-1. I'm not seeing that left turn from 160, so I may have to divert you to Haverdaya. Haverdaya or Bandar?
And Blackthorne 2-2, holding at Echo, request taxi 03 left.
Blackthorne 2-2, go ahead and do that, that's fine. Compass 2-2, clear to land runway 03 right.
Guinness 2, request taxi runway Bandar Abbas.
Guinness 2-2, wait for Blackthorne to finish taxiing. You can taxi down to runway 3 right after him. Absolute 1-1, set up your approach from runway 03 right for your 4 ships. Please space out for landing. Absolute 1-1, start spacing your flight out for landings, runway 03 right.
Bandar, go ahead.
Haverdire, I might have to send a few guys to your airfield for a little while because I'm getting a bit task saturated.
Roger.
I'm going to pass you over to, I'm going to pass Compass 2-1 to you, he's a Harrier.
Please repeat for
Absolute 1-1, turn in for runway 03 right, separate your flight out for spacing.
Absolute 1.
Fireball 2-1, thank you for your patience. Right turn, heading 200, you're going to follow in behind the Absolute flight.
Right turn 200.
Compass 2-1, go ahead and continue your landing. If you're unable to do that, I'll need you to divert to Haverdaya. Compass 2-1, if you are unable to make this landing, I will need you to divert to Haverdaya.
I'll be making this one.
Fireball 1-2, thank you for your waiting. There are about 6 other aircraft in a short stack behind you, so pack a lunch, I'm afraid.
I'll just disconnect because I fucked up the call sign.
Much appreciated, thank you.
Runway 13 is clear.
Compass 2-2, thank you very much. Go ahead, and can you confirm the taxiway is clear now as well? Thank you. Guinness 2-2, taxi down to runway 03 right.
Guinness 2203 right.
Absolute 1-1, clear to land runway 03 right.
Absolute 1-1, clear to land.
Fireball 2-2, right turn 260, break. Fireball 2-1, right turn 290.
Everything's happened then. Break. Well, then that's please repeat for Fireball 2-1 and for Fireball 2-2.
Fireball 2-1, right turn 290, Fireball 2-2, left, correction, right turn 260.
2-2 copy. 260. 2-1 copy.
Comes 2-1, contact Haverdaya approach on 121.0. Rob, I had to pass you Compass 2-1.
Roger.
I may be passing you 2 ships of F-18s, call sign Absolute 2. Absolute 1-1, clear to land with runway 3 right.
Absolute 1-1, clear to land.
Absolute 2, fuel state. Absolute 2-1, clear to land behind Absolute 1-1. So there's going to be a short call for approach. I just need to make sure he's clear first.
First 2-1 is clear.
Why is Guinness 2-2?
I don't know where he's going.
How are you scared him?
Fireball 2-1, what's your fuel spec?
Fireball 2-1, 5,500 pounds left.
Fireball 2-2, fuel state.
2.2.
Fireball 2-2, you'll be next. I'm going to take a right turn heading 270.
270.
Fireball 2-2, continue inbound
So
from runway 3 right. I'm watching for the moment I see Absolute 1-1 turning off the runway.
What's
I
it
don't know,
about the
I'm not going to
Harrier?
get into it right now.
Right, fair enough.
Absolute 2-1, clear to land runway 3 right, sorry for the short call.
Let's ignore that crash on the runway.
Oh, brilliant. Absolute 2-1, go around.
Too late, I'm
Okay.
already on.
Vacate at the rapid taxi if able.
Abbas Tower, Absolute 2-2 on short final runway 03 right, request sign.
I'm happy to clear the landing as soon as I see 2-1 vacate.
2-2 waiting for confirmation.
Continue inbound. Fireball 2-1, right turn heading 030.
Fireball 2-1, right turn 030. Absolute 2-1.
2-2, clear to land runway 3 right.
Clear to land runway 03 right, 2-2 Pinara, we check.
2-2 wins 123 at 4 knots. And no, I didn't make that up, I promise. Fireball 2-1, slow to approach speed. Right turn 040, correction 060.
Fireball 2-1, right turn 060.
Hey, Ghost, caution free, 0 to your left, 1.
What am I seeing?
Debris on 2-1 right, left. I rolled over.
Good to know, thank you.
Yep.
Absolute 2-1, rapid taxi, 3 left, no delay. I need to open this up for the FOD on the 3 right. Thank you. Absolute 2-2, continue all the way down runway 3 right, vacate at the end of it. I'm going to have to open up runway 3 left for FOD. Absolute 2-2, taxi all the way down runway 3 right, and I'm going to have you disregard. Taxi in behind 2-1 and hold short.
Taxi behind that 2-1. It's too short, I think.
No problem. If able, continue all the way down the runway and hold short at the end of the runway.
Continue all the way down, absolutely.
Fireball 2-1, your attention. Runway 3-1 left is now in use due to debris on the runway right. Continue inbound and you'll be cleared to land.
Fireball 2-1, clear to land on runway 0.
Negative.
Right.
Runway 3 left, 3 right is no go now.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Fireball 2-2, turn in for runway 3 left, you'll be behind your leader. Sorry, for sending fireball flight here, there, and everywhere, but I knew you guys had the gas.
Fireball 1-1 is ready for taxi.
Fireball 1-1, your attention. Due to debris on runway 3 right, it's going to be one-way traffic first for you, for runway 3 left. I need you to hold short until I have recovered a few aircraft. Absol 2-1, are you a fast taxier? Disregard. Fireball 2-1, clear to land, runway 3-1 left.
Blackthorne 1-1, no current debris on either runway. I believe it was actually 03 left originally, but they despawned as soon as it happened.
Good to know, thank you. Fireball 2-2, clear to land, runway 03 right.
So 2 holding short at Golf runway 0, correction 2-1 right.
Okay, I'll need to talk to Fireball for the moment. Fireball 2-2, clear to land, runway 03 right.
Copy 03 right.
And who else was calling? Fireball 2-1, thanks for your cooperation, and taxi all the way to the end of the runway. Absol 2-1, you will follow the Tomcat.
Looks like Ghost might be having a rough time.
I'm a little task saturated at the moment. Absol 2-1.
It looks like everyone's coming to you
Follow
though.
the Tomcat that's passing you from your left.
Rob. Buddy up.
Go ahead.
If you can switch over to Giraffe Airport and make sure that they all get down nice and safe.
Roger, do you have a frequency for me?
Same frequency to
you,
use
thank
and
you.
also push to you.
Roger.
Remind me of which frequency? Are you 2-1, yeah? 1-2-1?
AFM 121.
Yeah, roger.
Sorry Walker, you've not had a lot of action today, but you've had enough.
Oh no, it's fine. Oh no, it's fine. There's not, you know, adding me to the equation. Then
Yeah, is
would just
Banjo
make
able to
things
give
a
me a
lot
lift over
worse.
there in his on an ATV preferably?
Repeat last, please.
Is Banjo able to give me a lift over there so I can get in the tower?
Absolute. Bandra Bus Tower, Absolute 2-2 is holding short at runway 21 right. Permission.
Oh, is Banjo in the tower, is he?
Absol
No,
2-2,
is he able
go
to
ahead
give
and
me a
cross.
lift
You've waited
on,
long
on
enough.
an ATV or something, so that I can go from one airport to the other?
Oh, he's dead. He got really brave, and then he thought it would be a really good
Absol
idea to
2-1,
go in.
follow the Tomcat.
Oh no.
Rest in peace, Banjo. Rest in peace.
Sorry, you can just
Compass
spawn back
2-2,
as
hang on a
ukulele.
second and stack up behind Fireball 1-1. He'll be following him.
So these guys.
Compass 2-2, look to your right and you will see an F-18. You are going to follow that F-18.
Thank you.
Dropped. Sapphire?
Giraffe, Sapphire, go ahead.
Can I get them on 122 instead? For a draft?
Guinness 2.
I think you're going to have to push them yourself.
Yes, 2.
I've already
Go ahead, but
tuned
there's a Tomcat coming towards you and that's why I've made you wait.
Copy, follow Tomcat.
No. Turn right and hold short at the next intersection. There's a Tomcat coming towards you.
Copy, hold short. Next intersection.
intersection.
Just so I can separate them in ears.
Fireball 2-1, turn left at the next intersection. You can join the ramp at Foxtrot.
Just turn left now or next?
Turn left now if you can. If not, you can take the next one. It's fine either way. Okay, no problem. You have Guinness 2-2 holding short in front of you, so you can turn left. So 2-1, you can take the next left intersection. I'm assuming I've given you enough notice now.
Absolutely. Blackthorne flights ready to taxi when able, please.
Blackthorne 1, I understand and appreciate your patience. You're going to follow the Harrier and the 18.
Copy.
Fireball 1-1, right turn onto the taxiway, onto runway 21 right. You're going to taxi all the way down to Alpha for runway 3 right, which is now open.
Alright, taxi 21 right to hold short Alpha, 03 left, or 03 right.
Guinness Compass 2-2, you're going to follow the Hornet. Blackthorne 1, you are going to follow the Harrier. And Blackthorne 2, you are going to follow the Jeffs.
Bandera bus traffic, Fireball 1-2.
Fireball 1-2, cross onto the Foxtrot ramp. Join your Tomcat.
No, negative. Fireball 1-2 is inbound 20 miles southwest of the runway.
Fireball 1-2, sorry. Go ahead and take a left turn, heading 200, vectors to land runway 03 right.
A bus tower, compass 32, Brescia Landia, I'm about 17 miles to your north.
Comes 32, left turn 180, vectors to land runway 03 right. Guinness 2-2. Join the chain of Jeffs and follow that group.
Join the chain of Jeffs, Guinness 2. Fireball 2 request parking position.
Fireball 2, stand by. Fireball 2, you can take the ramps just to the south of the F-18s.
Copy that. Thank you.
No, thank you for being so patient in the sky. Fireball 1-2, right turn heading 220. Compass 32. Left turn 170.
Do you want me to start preparing these?
Yes,
departures?
absolutely. I'm just going to try and get Compass out your way first. Just remember, when I'm talking, nobody else can talk, and if you're talking, I can't talk. So.
Best tower, compass 32 is on approach.
Compass 32 negative. Runway 3 right is the active. Left turn 170. Yeah, that would not have worked because you would have just landed in front of about 8 planes queuing. It depends on how many of them are armed to kill you.
Yeah, play chicken with him. You would have lost. Probably.
Right, you want to start giving clearances?
Remember, there are 8 of us.
Fireball 1-1, clear for rolling takeoff. Clear for rolling takeoff, 03 right, Fireball 1-1. Maintain runway heading and climb to 5,000, then come
leave you at 130.
The Harrier probably can't go to more than 2,000 feet, just so you know.
Right. Shall I send him
Sure.
left? What would you say degrees wise?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
330?
Compass 2, please line up and wait.
I need to talk. Fireball 1-2, right turn 270, vectors to land 03 right. And Fireball 1-2, descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
Traffic Fireball 1-2, heading 270, descending
Be back
2000.
right. Right, back to you.
Compass 2-2, cliff takeoff, fly heading 330 for 2,000, at 2,000,
Got it. I need you to. I need the next guys to hold short.
Come with it.
Yeah, that's Compass 2-2.
That.
Compass 2-2, cliff takeoff, fly heading 330 at 2,000 feet, please.
I need the radio. Compass 3-2, right turn 270, brake. Fireball 1-2, turn in, runway 03 right is the active. Report field in sight.
Not bringing up all the
annoying.
tags.
Fireball 1-2, report the field in sight.
Traffic Fireball 1-2, turning for 03 right.
Clear to land, runway 03 right for Fireball 1-2.
Blackthorne 1, please hold.
Blackthorne's holding, copy.
Thank you. Compass 3-2, right turn, heading 320, vectors to land, runway 03 right. Okay, there's a bit of a space between Fireball and Harrier, so how many guys are taking off? No, there's 4 of them for that flight. That's not going to work.
I'm clear the runway. Compass 2-2.
Thank you very much. Please contact Air Ops on 135.
Stand by.
Compass 3-2, field inside.
Compass 3-2, continue inbound, expect clearance to land.
3-2, roger.
Blackthorne, are you going to be a 1, 2 or 4 ship departure?
2 ship for Blackthorne, please.
Good, because I can fit 2 ships between you guys. Blackthorne 1, instructions. You will land. You will take off with no delay once you see the Hornet. 5,000 feet, 5 miles. Blackthorne 2 will hold short.
Blackthorne, as soon as the Hornet's passed, copy.
Blackthorne 2 holds short, and Blackthorne 1, this will be no delay. As soon as you see him rolling off the runway, get moving.
Copy.
Compass 3-2, continue inbound. I'm going to have 2 guys take off in front of you. It'll be scary, but it'll work.
Copy.
If able, slow to minimum approach speed for Compass 3-2 as well. For a Harrier, that's pretty slow.
Traffic Fireball 1-2 landing.
Yeah.
Fireball 1-2, vacate when able.
So, 2 Fireball, 2.
Yeah, but they're not talking to me yet, so that's fine.
4 absolute. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was just talking to myself. Seeing what was
That's
still
fair,
left
that's
on
fair.
the airfield
You can get
itself.
clearance for Compass 3-2.
Thunder Tower, absolute flight request taxi to runway.
That's fine.
There we
You
go. They must
continue
have
with
heard
your
us.
clearance.
So
Yes,
should I
you
clear
can
him
see
now?
5012's turning.
Yep. Yep. So
Compass 32, clear to land, runway 03 right.
Clear to land, 03 right, 32.
Absol 11, thanks for waiting. You're going to hold taxi until I get Fireball 12 out of the way, and then you'll taxi to follow the F-16s and the Jeffs holding short at Alpha.
Absolute 11 copies, holding short.
Blackthorne 2-1, you will line up and wait behind the Harrier. Wait for the Harrier.
Copy.
Fireball 12, turn right, taxi runway 3 left.
Traffic Fireball 12, requesting permission to cross the runway.
That's correct, Fireball 12. Join the runway. Taxi runway 3 left, and let me know when you're past the F-18s. And Compass 32, I see your go around. Take a right turn, 090 for separation, please. Has he landed, or is he safe?
no, I think he's going around.
He's just really slow at 50 knots, you know. Oh, he's slowing down, that's fine. Blackthorne 2, line up and wait, runway 03 right. Looks like that Harrier's got it under control and stopped. Absol 11, once you see the Hornet pass you, you may join the runway, taxi down for runway 3 right.
Where's it going now? He's turned back on himself.
Blackthorne 2 holding.
Absolute 11, which
You should see a Hornet to your south taxiing along the runway.
absolute 11 copy.
Yeah, he's taken the other rapid text.
Tower 32 is clear of 03.
2, thank you. Hold short at the edge of the runway. I'm going to have a group of Hornets taxi across you.
Copy, hold short.
Absol 1, taxi runway 21 right, and join the chain.
Traffic Fireball 12 is off the runway.
Thank you. Absol 1, did you catch that?
Taxi to 21
Taxi
right.
down 21 right, join the F-16 at that's holding short at Alpha.
Absolute 1, taxi down at 21 right.
Blackthorne 2-1, clear to take off, runway 03 right. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet, fly the runway heading for 5 miles.
Copy, climb and maintain 5,000 feet for 5.
Guinness 2-2, thanks for your patience. You'll line up and wait behind the Hornets.
Guinness 2, line up point behind the Hornet. Guinness 2.
Struggling to find which is the best view.
You're going to find
be
yourself
using
switching. You're just
at
going to find
certain
yourself
times.
switching. I tend to find the tactical view is most useful for me at the moment when I'm landing and departing aircraft. I don't necessarily have to give very specific taxi instructions at this point in time now. Most people understand the taxiway layout.
Is there a way to change the colour of the
Colour
call
of the call
sign?
sign? I'm not aware of the way. Probably is, but I don't know it.
Sometimes I find it hard to read.
Compass 3-2. I can give you a taxiway if you want to rearm somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be nice for you to
I'm going to taxi to the public apron. It's directly to your 12 o'clock turn left onto 21 right and take the next right immediately, which I believe is Taxi Bravo. Correction, it's Charlie, but yeah. You're going to turn left onto 21 right, immediately turn right onto Charlie, and that puts you onto the public apron. I just want to get him clear because he's in a hurry and he can do short takeoffs if it comes to it anyway. Guinness 22 clear to take off, runway 03 right, climb and maintain 5,000 feet, turn right heading 040 for spacing.
Clear to take off 5,000, 040, Guinness 22.
And Blackthorne, if you haven't already done so, frequency changed approved. They've already changed, that's fine. And Guinness 22, once you're 5 miles out, you can also change frequencies.
Copy, following that change, Guinness 2.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was fun.
Well, that was horrible. Don't ever send 20 aircraft in the same direction to me ever again. Oh man. Oh, truth. That was a lot.
Yeah, I would have buckled earlier than that and diverted.
It's not so much that I'm going to buckle. I was starting to get a little bit close to that. I think I diverted 1 or 2 aircraft, but that's just because I knew that they didn't have the fuel to hang around in a circle.
Yeah, it's like you think you've got everything sorted, and then it's like, oh yeah, and by the way, I'm fuel.
Oh, and by the way, there's another 4 aircraft coming in.
God.
Like,
yeah.
If it helps, just think of them as one flight until you need to separate them out. So I don't separate them out until they're on approach.
Yeah. See, with the more people that's, with all those people who have now got a lot of ATC, you could facilitate an approach.
That's my long-term intent. Which means everybody will be able to work at a much higher standard instead of me doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Absol 1, are you taking a 4-ship?
Start to do it on the same frequency.
Absolute 1 is 4-ship.
Absol 1, takeoff plan as follows. Your 4-ship will take off, runway heading for 5 miles, and you will climb to 5,000 feet.
Runway heading 5 miles, 5,000 feet.
And Absol 1, it's your airfield right now, so you can have a rolling takeoff if you want it.
Absolute 1-1, thank you.
Yes, unlike before when I had literally 20 aircraft trying to land at the same time, it's a bit more calmer now. Alright, do you want to give the app? Do you want to give Absol 1-1?
Appreciate your hard work.
Yeah, you can give Absol 1 their final clearance for runway 3 right. They already know what they're doing anyway, so it's fine.
Absolute 1-1, clear to take off, runway 03 right.
Don't worry, that voice is the student in the tower. He's legit, don't worry. A lot of people are like, who the fuck is this guy? You just imagine that. That doesn't sound like Ghost Dog, what the fuck's going on?
He's suddenly gonna move to Yorkshire.
Now what happened is my brain got broke. 20 aircraft, you have now got a split personality.
It is difficult to when all that was going on, I was trying to keep a track on it.
What you have to understand is you have to just accept you're going to lose track of a few things. Like for example, I'll full on admit I kind of lost track of Fireball a bit. I didn't expect them to go halfway across the map in one direction. I was kind of hoping they'd have the common sense to turn, but at the same time, they followed what they were told to do, so that's nice of them.
Yeah.
But I kind of gave them some directions and kind of not so much forgot about them, but put them very low on my priority list because I knew they're Tomcats, and Tomcats tend to have a lot of fuel. And when they're just coasting along at slow speeds, they don't tend to suck a lot of fuel. They're designed for kind of long duration patrols. So you can get away with that. You wouldn't have got away with that, for example, in a Harrier or a VIC-21, something like that. Because they're just lining up their 4-ship and then they're going to start rolling out.
So, who do Absolute contact?
I've sent them to air ops in the past. So unless they've changed their mission, that's where I would send them to. So as they cross the 5-mile marker, or just before they cross the 5-mile, just remind them to change frequencies to air ops and give them the frequency.
Absolute 1-1 rolling. Absolute 2 rolling.
Boss tower, compass 3-2, ready for departure.
Do you want to run them? Nice easy one for you. You might have to have a look at the charts because he's using a slightly different set of taxiways.
Yeah, let's go look at my chart up now. So he's on apron 1, isn't he?
Absolute flight is clear of runway, maintaining runway heading, climbing to 55.
Give them their frequency change and then start working on compass.
Absolute 1-1, frequency change to 135 for air ops, thank you.
Right, so he's on apron.
Okay, go.
Right, so he's on apron 1, so he needs to come over to runway. He needs to turn right onto 303 left. No, no, he doesn't. He needs to go the other side. 2-1. So he needs to turn right onto 2-1 left and then hold short of runway 03.
2-1 right.
Is that correct?
2-1 right. He's going to join 2-1 right. He's going to turn right. So I would say for him, tack. If he's going to, depends on whether you want to send him from Bravo or Charlie. It doesn't matter. You can have him turn right via that from that taxiway later, down 2-1 right, and then turn left onto Alpha. Yeah.
Boss tower, compass 3-2, requesting taxi if active.
Compass 3-2, yep, sorry about that. I'm new, I'm just learning your way. So, if you can turn right using taxiway Bravo onto runway 21 left for takeoff on runway 03 right.
2-1 right.
Is that right?
Copy, tax down 23 right. Takeoff.
It's 2-1 right, but he's got you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Sapphire.
Sorry, 2-1 right.
Giraffe, Sapphire, go ahead.
Compass 2-1 in within my 10-mile range of draft. Are you able to pass them over to me? 122.0.
Which flights?
Compass 2-1.
No, they're not coming. They're flying over you.
Roger, thank you for confirming.
No worries.
So it looks like Rob is now controlling another airfield further north. Looks like the Harriers are getting a more local airfield for themselves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're not kidding. They've got like F-18s and shit over there. That's nice.
Compass 3-2, thanks again for your patience. Clear to take off runway 03 right.
And what frequency is Compass going to go to?
He's going
Just so
to
you know what you're going to
135
say
aerox.
next. Yeah, when you've got time like this and you've got time to think, use the time. Know what you're going to say before you say it, and then you only have to worry about saying it once on the radio.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I did. I looked where it was.
Yeah, you're doing well.
I need a new mouse.
I'm hoping that Fireball will be the next ones to talk to you, and you'll have them taxi, and you'll control them from taxi to takeoff, okay? And the only time I'm going to step in is if it starts getting stupidly busy all of a sudden, which I don't expect, or if you start ordering them, like take off the taxiways or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do what you want.
That's
I
the
need
point
a
where I
wee.
take over.
Have you actually been really busting for the toilet before and it's been busy?
It's never happened to the extent where I've been like, oh my god, this is a problem. But towards the end of operations, there's been a few times when I'm like, oh god, I need to recover the next 3 aircraft and then run. But if that happens, I usually just tell everybody tower's going to be closed for 5 minutes.
Compass 32, please contact operations on 135.
Contact 135, Compass 32.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Yeah, it would be a lot better with a dedicated ground approach.
I do know that fully well, and for a busy time where it's like 20 odd aircraft all try to land, take off and taxi at the same time, abso-fucking-lutely. Unfortunately, we don't have enough people like that are able to do that, but as an ideal exercise, if I had no shortage of people, I would have the student running taxi, a slightly more experienced person handling tower, and someone like myself managing approach and departures.
Yeah.
That's also going to require the pilots, though, to switch between 3 or 4 frequencies while flying the aircraft. So
yeah, just thinking that it's usually everybody set up for 2 hours. So
that's fine. I'm happy to do that. I'm pretty sure most of the pilots are happy to do that, but we just have to be mindful of the fact that not everybody's at a level like that with SRS. So.
Yeah.
But I've always maintained I'm totally fine for one day to have a 1 or 2, 2 people run 1 tower.
Yeah. I suppose the more that we work together as well, the more you'll know what each other's going to do and when they're going to do it.
Like for example, me and Rob, we've done towers together before in Hoggett, and I've managed ground, he's run the tower, or vice versa. And most of my communications is like, oh, this guy hasn't talked to me yet, is he talking to you? Could you want to try to get a hold of him? That kind of thing. Once Fireball start talking to us, they might be waiting for their other half of their flight, you see, but once Fireball start talking and start asking for taxiways, I want you to have them go from where they are to the runway. So start thinking about how you're going to get them there, start thinking about what you're going to say to them, what taxi instructions you're going to give them. Try and pay attention to the runway directions. It is on the airport view, right at the top and the bottom of each airport. So if you're really struggling, you can kind of zoom in a bit and you'll see it.
Yeah. So Fireball 1-2 will be wanting to turn right onto 2-1 right, and then Fireball 2-2 will be turning left onto runway 2-1 right.
Someone like Fireball 2-2, but he's not really turned towards the runways at all. I'll tell him to join runway 2-1 right, but I might tell him to join the runway via, say, Foxtrot 2. You see on the chart where Foxtrot 2 is, it's one of the, it's in front of him, so he's got plenty of space to make it. But that way I don't have to worry about turn left, then turn right, and then turn right, then turn left, and all that sort of shit. It starts becoming a rally game where we start saying, easy left over 2 hairpin right. No, we're not going to do that shit, okay? We're just going to say join Foxtrot 2. Join the runway via Foxtrot 2. Then it's easy.
I think it'd be quite
done
good
that before as well. One of me and my mates did some rallying. I do a little bit of it, but I'm not anywhere near as good as the other guy. And he was live streaming on Discord because Discord's got the latency to do this. And I was calling, and we did a recce run with pace notes. We did 2 or 3 practice runs, and I gave him a full pace run. It was hilarious. Because it fucking worked actually. I didn't get lost. That was a good start.
Guinness flights.
I'm expecting Guinness flight back very soon. They don't have a lot of gas unless they decide to land up to the north.
I can't see any of them.
They may have pieced out for the night. They may have decided, well, we don't have any cap, our mission's complete. Because there's no aircraft up there. Sapphire Bandar. Sapphire, this is Bandar. He's probably busy. Patron, this is Bandar. I can't believe it'd be that busy up there.
Still got a lot of people on their frequencies.
Giroft, this is Bandar. Has everyone just decided to completely ignore me? That's nice of them. That's fine, they're busy, whatever. Guinness 1 just appeared in the scope at 40 miles. So we now know how good our we know how good our run our
Drop, go ahead.
Giroft to Bandar. Any idea on the mission progress?
Contact Patron on 130.0. Drop Patron.
It's fine, no big deal. Looks like we're going to get Guinness. Do you want to control him? You can say yes or no. There's no as an option, you know, it's fine.
So we want to be sending him 200.
Yeah, something like that seems good. What's their, just consider their altitude as well. Obviously we don't need to have them descend right now, but maybe when they get about 10-15 miles out, we maybe want to consider about getting them down to about 5,000. And then by the time they're on the landing line for runway 3 right, the approach, we want to get them down to 2,000 ideally. And they're coming in as a 4-ship as well, so this is nice.
Oh god.
You handle the initial approach. I'll get the vectors to final, okay? You set me up and I'll knock them down. Hopefully not literally.
So it will be Guinness 1-1. Please fly heading room 210. Expect victors for runway 03 right.
Sounds good to me.
Correct? Is that right?
I'd maybe have them take a. I mean, let's see where they call, but try and have them start at the eastern edge of the island if you can, because I need to spread them out a bit more.
Bandar, Guinness 1.
Talk to them. Walker.
Oh, yeah, I just froze.
Just say hello. Guinness 1-1, hello.
Guinness 1-1. Bandar, Guinness 1 is with you 25 miles to the northeast. 4-ship requesting landing.
Give them a direction. Tell them they're for vectors to land.
Yep.
Fly heading 210. Expect victors to land on runway 03 right.
vectors for 03 right, Guinness.
Good job. Just try and remember to put the call sign in at the start so they know who they're listening for. It's not a big deal right now because they're the only guys landing.
And don't say 210. Don't say 210.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got the basics. Just remember that if it's busy, we need to know. Right. They need to know who you're talking to there. It's quiet right now, so you can get away with it.
So roughly when they're about halfway to the island, shall I get them to
Sounds good.
Go down to 5,000?
Guinness flight.
They've got a request. Go.
Yep, go ahead. Under request, descend to 5,000.
Yep, descend to 5,000.
Yeah.
Leave me to it.
Guinness is pretty sharp, so.
Yeah, I like Azza. That's who's teaching me F-18.
Yeah, Azza's a top lad, and he'll keep you right. Once they pass the island, I'll take over.
The last training session, I don't know how he kept his cool. We had a guy who just randomly joined our training server and training chat, and he just kept saying, "So in the F-15, how do we lock targets?" He was like, "This is an F-18 training course." Every like 30 seconds, he'd just pop up back again. And then, I don't know why, I just had an urge then to just say, Guinness 1-1 in the F-15.
He'll get the joke, but everyone else will be confused.
Yeah. I look like a prat.
So yeah, good stuff. We've got him set up for a nice approach here. Once remember, the line isn't where they are, it's the dot. The line is basically where they're going to be, I think within the next minute or so. So it just gives you like a where they're going to be. So I try to spread them out as best I can once we start getting there.
I suppose with the Guinness flight being quite an experienced flight, could you just say to them, create your own space?
I can have them take spacing. But I can trust that they'll do that. But sometimes you just need to be explicit about it. Bear in mind as well, it can be very hard for me to read the picture if they're too close together. But I'll do that for them now. Guinness flight, right turn 270, take spacing for vectors to land, runway 03 right.
Right turn 270 for Guinness.
And Guinness to descend 2,000 feet for approach, runway 03 right. Guinness flight, descend 2,000 feet for approach, runway 03 right.
Send it 2,000 feet for Guinness.
And you can see them starting to space out now after I gave them the take spacing command.
Yeah.
So just before they touch just basically as they touch the line, or as the white line's kind of crossing into the, if you click on 3 right for Bandast and Garasho, you'll see a green line point out. You got that already, cool.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm hoping to do is basically as soon as the front of the white line for Guinness 1 touches that green light, I'll start giving them instructions to land, and that gives them about a minute to make a turn. So we tell them where to look for the runway, how far it is away roughly. So I'll say, the runway is to your right, 3 o'clock, about 8 or 9 miles, because it's going to be about there. Well, it's actually going to be closer to 10 miles by the time it gets there.
Sapphire dropped. Sapphire Havadiah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait one.
That's a pointless call. Hello, wait one.
Yep.
How come Bullet is still on the ground?
Guinness 1-1, airfield is to your right, 3 o'clock, 10 miles, report field in sight. Guinness 1 cleared in for approach, runway 03 right, have your flight take spacing
I appreciate it.
for approach.
Whoops. Sapphire.
Bandar Guinness flight, all copy.
So now it's the flight leaders just
Ricky?
getting spaced out.
Ricky?
nice little
Sapphire,
shortcut there for you.
How long left on the mission?
Push the responsibility onto the flight leader. It's his fault now.
Depends how quickly they can clear the ground, to be honest. I mean, we're on target.
Yeah.
Roger.
Are we running short of time?
I'm just really tired.
I would say maximum half an hour and we'll pull it. Is that good for you?
Roger, yeah, that's fine.
So as you can see how they've all agreed to take spacing, and they've done a really good job of it actually. So this is how it should work.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bullet had an issue with Bullet 2-2. He got stuck in the mud, so he has to spawn at the other airport.
Oh no.
Yeah, Bullet flighting out, backtracking runway 31 to take off.
That mud on DCS is fun, isn't it? Guinness 1-1, clear to land, runway 03
What Fireball are up to?
Yeah, he even tried the A10 quote-unquote reverse thrust.
Reverse thrust? What the fuck is that on an A10?
What do you think it is?
Something that goes backwards.
The gun.
Oh.
Guinness 1-2, continue inbound runway 03 right. Guinness 2-1, slow to minimum approach speed.
What do you guys think of the mission so far?
I mean, I'm enjoying
Guinness
it.
2-2, slow
I
to
enjoyed
minimum
the fact
approach
that
speed.
I could take over the draft.
Roger.
2-2.
See, yeah, 1-2 and 2-1 is getting a bit too close, so I'm going to have them try and space out a bit more by having the 2-2 call signs slow down. But that means I then need to slow down 2-2 as well.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when someone's not quite spaced. Like 2-1's a little bit too close, I would say, but these things happen. That's why you fix them. So as soon as I see 1-1 twitch off onto the vacated runway, 1-1-1-2 is going to get the clearance to land. Guinness 1-2 expect a short call to land. I'm waiting for Guinness 1-1 to vacate.
Guinness 1-2, copy.
2-1 likewise for you.
Copy.
I think 2-1's going to have to go around, in fact. Let's see what happens.
All call signs, what's the frequency for draft?
Call signs for giraffe, frequency for giraffe is 121.0.
Do you want to go around?
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Be advised, draft frequency is
Guinness 2-2 continue. Guinness 2-1 go around.
Guinness 2-1 going around.
Pascal as well. He should know
Yeah,
better.
he was waiting for me to call him. Yeah, sorry for the late call. It's just I wasn't going to get him vacated in time.
No worries.
I should have told him to turn right as well. That's fine. Haverdire's not busy. It's always, I knew he was going to take a left turn as well because it's always left-hand traffic patterns that the RAF do. Yeah, Guinness 2-2.
You should see it at Coningsby when you've got
Guinness
when it's
2-2,
a full
yeah,
stack,
you're
it's
clear then.
absolutely
Absolutely.
Copy, thank you. You've done a wonderful job today.
I've done a job. I'm sure the traffic controller in 2-1 is currently screaming internally.
Golden, request landing.
Guinness 2-1 clear to land runway 03 right if you want it in.
03 right, Guinness 2-1.
I think that's a bit of a tight approach, but if he wants the hot dog, then that's his. Hey, it's his server. Fuck it. I mean, it's 4 miles. It's not that bad, I suppose. It looks close for me, but I'm a bit conservative with these guys.
I wonder what Fireball are doing, because they've been sat there
No fucking
ages.
clue. Sapphire. This is Bandar.
Bandar, Sapphire,
Fireball
go ahead.
2-2 and Fireball 1-2 sitting in my airfield with Fireball 1-1. Do you have any idea why they're waiting there? They've not talked to me for ages, but they're also not moving. Cool.
Negative,
No problem. Last station calling, say that again.
Guess 2-1 short final runway
Yes, 2-1 clear
03
to land runway 03 right. This time I mean it.
Guinness 2-1.
You can have fun. You ever want to hear evidence of people having fun, just listen to Kennedy Steve for the next 30 seconds of your day.
So with the Guinness flight, will that probably be them done, or are they going to restock and go back out?
Sapphire said that we were going to be another 30 minutes, so they'll probably have another 20 minutes flight time, I would think. Unless they decide to call the server, I don't know. Looks like we've got Blackthorne 1-1 inbound, not talking to us yet, but 20 miles is the limit, so that's fine. So we're going to have to start thinking about them. You want to control Blackthorne 1-1? Okay,
Yeah, I can do, yeah.
Start thinking. You don't need to say them out loud and okay them with me, but just start thinking altitudes, start thinking vectors. Guinness 2-1, welcome to Bandar Abbas, where the girls are cheap and the beer's cheaper. Turn right up 3-1, correction, 303 left and join your buddies on the end of the tarmac.
I'm taking the short exit.
Guinness 2-1, copy. Turn right onto the runway 303 left and taxi down to join your buddies.
Guinness 2-1, woke up.
So if Firefly doesn't call to me by 15 miles, I'm going to have Sapphire yell at him.
Right.
Because by the time that gets fixed, he'll be at 10 miles.
20 at the moment.
Because he's moving at 500 knots, like he's moving. There you go.
Bandar Abbas Tower, Blackthorne 1-1, currently 15 miles to the northeast, request
Go for it,
vectors to
Walker.
land.
Platform 1-1, left turn, flying heading of 210, please.
Sorry, repeat heading for Blackthorne 1-1, you broke up there.
210.
210, copy.
May as well assign him an altitude as well.
Yep.
Also, Blackthorne 1-1, please descend to 5,000 feet, please.
Yeah, he
That's
double
me,
clicked,
yeah.
yeah, so he's heard you. Alright, this time you're controlling this guy all the way in because it's looking like it's nice and quiet for you.
Got compass
Yes,
1-1.
they've just taken off the Tarawa, which is right on our approach line.
Lovely.
Sapphire, Bandar.
Bandar, Sapphire, go ahead.
Just feedback for the next time you decide to put the Tarawa on my approach path. Please don't.
Why?
They spawn in 8 miles down my runway 03 right approach. Compass
Who does?
and the Tarawa. So when they take off, they immediately punch into the area right in front of my approach.
I'm really sorry,
No big deal.
that's my bad.
Moving forward, if they're going to do that, I'd like them to at least be listening to my airspace so they know if someone's trying to land over the top of them. Because I haven't spoken to...
No, that's my bad. It's completely my bad. I'm really sorry. I did not think of that.
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
so
I can
sorry.
manage my way around it, but shit happens. Just when they do spawn in, if you can instruct them to at least monitor my channel while they're moving through my airspace, at least, then I can keep them out of harm's way. Oh, Gilmere, I fully believe it happens. Don't worry about that. Right, Walker. You want to start giving them instructions to land? What's his altitude?
Yeah. His altitude is. Why is it deciding to mess me about now? His altitude is.
Yep, fair enough.
5,000.
Do you want to know a little shortcut? What's the numbers below his call sign on the label? What's his altitude?
049.
It's a flight level.
Yeah.
Blackthorne 1-1, right turn heading 270, expect Victor's runway 03 right.
Right turn 270,
I think he was just about to call and get nervous. I could hear him clicking the mic there. I was like, hang on a minute. Give the guy a chance. Fucking hell. Alright, now that he is able to see out his right window, I would actually just ask him if he sees the runway. So, get him to report field in sight.
Report field in sight.
Field in sight, Blackthorne 1-1.
Yeah, give him a bit. Yeah, just clear him in. There's nothing else between him and you. There's no other threats between him and you.
Clear to land, Blackthorne 1.
What airfield?
Clear to land, thank you.
And that's 03 right, sorry about that.
No problem at all, thank you.
There you go. You got it. Yes, I'll always give Magic just a little bit of friendly ribbing every time he does this, because the last time he did this, he put an entire carrier in front of KSAB. KSAB is a U-shaped valley. I already have traffic that can only go in and go out the same path. And then he puts a carrier on top of that. Literally 2 miles off the coast of KSAB.
It's one of my favourite airports, actually. Apart from when I got the F-16 and it's just unusable
Well,
there.
you can imagine the fun when people are taking off and landing Jeffs, F-16s and all sorts of other aircraft, but there's also a Stennis sitting in the docks in front of KSAB. Also with aircraft taking off and landing. And guess who did not have comms with anyone in the Stennis, because I'm not Navy.
Yeah,
yes,
so that would even
I'm
awful.
pretty sure my entire head went a funny shade of grey that night. That's a great way to give an ATC conniptions, is to have aircraft less than 2 miles off your airfield and have no way of talking to them.
Yeah.
Alright, once Blackthorne recovers, start thinking about taxiway instructions. Plus, we obviously have to see if he takes the rapid taxiway at Echo or if he ends up having to take the full length, so be flexible with your plans, but most of them seem to be able to make the rapid taxi at Echo.
I've lost taxiways.
You've lost the taxiways? Okay.
I've lost taxiways.
Did you close them by accident? Just click the chart view, and then there's a drop-down menu if you need it. So just verify that you've selected the right one. But if it's not there, then what you can do is just close this down, and you can just close down the Bandar Abbas viewpoint by hitting the drop-down menu and closing it, and then opening up a fresh one again. Loki, I'm on the Tactical DCS server, and this is an organised event called Tactical Tuesdays.
So where will he want to go?
Well, we can probably just send him to the area where where Fireball and Bullet is. unless he wants to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Where it turns. Yeah.
Blackthorne 1-1 is clear of 03 right at Echo.
Right, so I'll send him up 03 left, and then where the
Find out where he wants to go.
Blackthorne 1-1, where would you like to go? I'd like to turn right up 2-1 right to parking, please.
If you're happy with that, just say you can just say approved as requested.
Approved as requested.
He actually wants to go up 03.
Yes, he does. He just doesn't realise he said that yet. Loki, yes. When you're on the Tactical DCS server on Tuesdays, you register what you're going to do.
Bass Tower, Blackthorne 1-2, inbound 15 miles.
Do you want him as well, or do you want me?
One second. I'm going to go see where
Just to the northeast, 15 miles.
Platform 1-2, left turn, heading 200.
200, copy.
Expect Victors for 03 right.
03 right, copy.
I will learn to tag them on to the original post.
Loki, you can register on Tactical DCS's server in Discord. Usually slots get filled on Wednesday or Thursday nights. There's also a Sunday event as well, which I do not attend. Law ATC is what's used, so if you do not have, can I give you a link? Stand by. Can I throw you a link? Let's start you with that.
Anyone else having lot ATC issues? Mine is completely gone.
I'm okay.
Mine is frozen.
I'm okay.
Mine seems fine too.
There is an F-18 that is parked at the end of your runway. That's not your frozen, that's where it is.
Yeah, I know, that's Leo, who didn't listen to me at all, who wasn't on my frequency, and almost killed 2 8Ns.
Oh boy.
Blackthorne 1-2, descend and maintain 5,000.
Blackthorne 1-2 copies, already at 2,000.
Oh.
You're quite welcome to set in with me, love.
Sorry,
Okay.
misread.
Just remember the altitude below his name.
Yeah. I was. Oh yeah.
I know.
It's getting
Don't
late
worry.
now.
The good news is we only got another 15 minutes, so your shift's almost done. You've done well, man. You really have. Now think about the distances that he's travelling, and the fact that we do have that Tarawa to the west of Blackthorne 1-2, so we can maybe start getting him turned in.
So.
Blackthorne 1-2, right turn, heading 260.
260, copy.
And basically, once you should have the field in sight by now. So if he does have the field in sight, just give him clearance to land runway 3 right.
Blackthorne 1-2, report field in sight.
Fuel state is 3.6.
Try that again. That's on him, not you. Don't worry. That's what happens when you get someone from two different people from two different regions of England trying to talk to each other.
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on this Harrier. It's 800 feet in climbing, while Blackthorne's 2,000 feet in descending. 1 mile of separation, and it'll be less than half a mile by the time they pass.
Blackthorne 2-2, 30 miles.
Oh, talk about Compass 2-2 and Blackthorne 2-1.
Yeah, I've got
Or
Blackthorne
1-2.
2-2, don't worry. Do you want him again, Walker, or do you want me to do this one?
Yeah, you can do it.
Blackthorne 2-2, fly heading 220. Heading 220, Blackthorne 2-2.
Sorry it took me so long. I was trying to connect to the wrong dang server.
That will cause problems. But yeah, Loki, if I haven't already said already, yeah, feel free to join in and sit in with Walker on the next one.
Alright, am I still on SRS or just...
Ghost, can you do the
Yeah, sure,
taxi?
no problem at all.
Just while I keep my eye on
Yeah,
2-2.
sure, no problem. So, do you want me to deal with 1-2 when he's taxiing? Yeah, can do.
Yeah, please.
When it's quiet like this, it's a bit more relaxed anyway, so...
Not flying.
Give
Like
him a
I told him
correction.
to fly.
Is anybody else here?
I can hear you
You're
on
on
Discord.
Discord? Okay, for whatever reason, my other push to talk was only going through on SRS.
Okay, cool.
I'm here.
Live stream's live, me and Walker are controlling, so... just so you know. Oh, I just lost SRS.
What frequency do I need to be on?
You want to monitor 120.0.
It's 120.
Thank you.
Bandar Abbas, this is Absolute 222. Do we have a frequency for Giraffe approach?
Absolute 2-2, say that again?
Go on,
Bandar Abbas, Absolute 222. I just want to land at Giraffe approach. Do you have a frequency for me?
Contact Giraffe in 121.0. Just be aware I had a momentary drop in SRS, so you may have been missed.
Bandar Tower, Blackthorne 1-2, clear of runway, taxiing to parking.
Blackthorne 1-2, thank you. Right turn echo to parking. Walker, just double check that your SRS is running. I had a momentary crash. If your radio stack just says unknown, then that's... Okay,
No,
cool. That's fine.
mine's all there.
Yeah, I see you. Let's go.
Bandar Abbas, Absolute 22. Can you please say again frequency for Giraffe? There was radio chatter.
Absolute 2-2. Contact Giraffe on 121.0.
121.10.
Correction, 121.0.
Decimal 0. Absolute 22, thank you.
There you go.
Blackthorne 22, please fly heading 260 for runway 03 right. 260 for runway 03 right. Blackthorne 22. Blackthorne 22, report. Field and view.
Field in sight is fine. He'll know what you mean, I assume. And if not, then you can repeat it properly. Of course, if he doesn't call to you, then that's another good excuse to repeat it as well.
Blackthorne 22, Blackthorne 22,
there you go.
Clear to land, runway 03 right. Clear to land at 03 right. Blackthorne 22.
Oh. The tools that are really good.
They're perfectly up to the job, absolutely.
This guy here is right on the glide slope.
Will I guys record a pass?
Excellent.
Debrief?
We're just recovering Blackthorne 22. Blackthorne 22, when you land, congratulations. We're going to debrief after that, so let me know when you're down safe.
No problem. Thanks very much for your help tonight.
Thank you for flying. Yeah, Loki, hopefully, but work me through a spanner in that. We'll see what happens. Right, Walker, taxi Blackthorne to stand unless the server cuts off.
Right.
And that can be then that means you've done control of departing traffic, taking off traffic, landing traffic, and people getting taxied back to the stand. Okay, if I can be there, you're absolutely no problem at all, but we've also got another guy to Rob who's in here.
Strongbow 2-2, we're looking for to land because Giraffe's looking a bit busy.
There's not much point, is it, to closing the server?
Rob, if you have people who have the fuel to get there, you can send them to Bandar Abbas if you want, or they can just circle.
It's fine, I got them holding.
Payback's a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah, he's left. 2-2 is gone.
That Leo guy really needs to listen. He's not on frequency and he's disrupting everything.
That's a matter for Magic to deal with. No problem, Loki. I mean, to be honest, I'm not an experienced ATC real life, so you'll probably bring stuff to the table, to be honest, but...
Bandar Tower, Strongbow 2-2, we are 70 miles to your northeast. Request vectors for land.
Strongbow 2-2, good day. Continue inbound. Vectors to land 3 right, left turn, 210. It's a bit of a long distance call, but okay.
They won't make it before the server ends. Or they want to get people down first before the end.
I've just lost radar contact with them anyway. I won't get radar contact again until about 40 miles. So they've obviously passed.
Seems to be where the Guinness ones went down.
Yeah, there's probably some terrain, like a mountain or something over there that's blocking the path. Or it could just be that we don't have range because there's a gap in the range between Giraffe and Bandar. There's a little circle there, there's a dead space between them.
Yeah.
Either way, contacts, they're at my range. And if Absol 1-2 wants to push all the way to Bandar, then that's fine, but he better not tell me he's fuel critical. Yeah, it's going to be range.
Yeah, it's definitely dead spot.
They may be off to the tankers to grab fuel. It's not inconceivable.
No, definitely not.
I'm glad you have. I've enjoyed it. If you're not enjoying it, then it's really not a fun thing to do. So, congratulations.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have enjoyed it when it got busy. Not yet, anyway.
It's stressful, but part of this is learning to cope with the stress. Keep on moving through. Keep on pushing the aircraft around. Move them around. Keep them going. Give them useful instructions. Spread them out if you have to. Use the airspace.
Can you send them to Can you send them
I could
to
have
orbit and things like that?
I was thinking about sending them. See the island, not the island we've been using, but the small island to the south of it, about 20 miles south of the tower. I was thinking about having them orbit there for a little while, having people orbit there for a little while. I was seriously thinking about stacking people because it was starting to get a bit nuts.
Yeah.
If one more flight had come in, I would have been sending people to stack. But I was also aware that people were starting to complain about fuel, and I knew people had been sitting up there for a while. Yes, that's absolute. Yeah, they're all coming in this way. Your call. Do you want to handle more than one or handle a couple of aircraft, or do you want me to?
No, I might have got that next week.
Like I said, no is an answer. Okay, it's not a problem. Absol 2-1 for spacing. Turn left heading 200. Vectors to land 03 right. They have not talked to me yet. Shit. Strongbow 2-2. Turn left 200 for vectors to land runway 03 right.
I also keep forgetting that it's actually a night mission.
This is why I've given people as much spacing as possible, because I can't even rely that they've got their lights turned on, because some people don't do that.
Under traffic, Absolute 2-1 inbound.
Absolute 2-1, good day. Left turn 180, climb, correction, descend 5 to 5,000 feet. Because he's at like 38,000. Left turn 180.
Thank you, 180 left turn, descending to 5,000.
Absol 1-1, are you following 2-1?
You don't know.
Absol 2-1, did you have comms with Absol 1-1? I haven't heard from him yet. Hopefully he'll get his button gear. Strongbow 2-2, Bandar. Oh boy. They're going to check in shortly at 20 miles of it. Absol 2-1. Right turn 250. It really shouldn't be lucky. I've told them to call me at 20 miles. I think people are starting to get tired of forgetting their procedures.
Yeah. Long missions,
It's a 3-hour event. Absol 2-1. Airfield is to your right, 2 o'clock. Report field in sight. Absol 2-1, clear to land, runway 03 right, your approach. Absol 1-1, Bandar Tower. Bandar 1-1. Please slow to minimum approach speed for spacing. Airfield should be on to your right, 4 o'clock, report field in sight. Okay, it should be lit up. Absol 1-1, follow Absol 2-1 inbound to land runway 03 right.
Absol 1-1, following Absol 2-1.
Strongbow 2-2, Bandar Tower.
Bandar Tower, Strongbow
Bandar 2-2, good day. Descend to 5,000 feet, maintain current heading.
Descend 5,000, maintain current heading, Strongbow 2-2.
Bandar Tower, absolute 1-2, windbound, 20 miles.
Absol 1-2, hello. Turn left, heading 200, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Turn 200, descend 5,000.
That would be pretty cool, okay. I don't know how to do that. Not on a nighttime mission anyway. Look, the time is 3 in the morning over local time at Bandar. Absol 2-1, not sure if I gave it to you already, but clear to land runway 03 right.
Absol 2-1 is clear to land.
Let's see, Absol 2-1's going slightly faster than Absol 1-1, so they're going to start opening that speed up, which is good for us.
Yeah.
Absol 1-2, descend and maintain 5,000 feet, maintain current heading.
Absolute 1-2, descend 5,000 feet.
Absol 1-1, airfield should be in front of you at 12 o'clock. Absol 1-1, continue inbound, expect clearance to land once I see 2-1 vacated. Strongbow 2-2, turn right heading 270, vectors to land 03 right.
That's suppose it makes life easier as well that you've got 4 ships with all the
Makes
same
it
name.
worse.
So I imagine in Hoggit.
Yeah, because I'm going to
Really?
mix up the numbers. 2-1, 1-2, like fucking hell,
Oh,
that's gonna
right.
that's they have a dyslexic written already all over it.
I just thought it might be a bit easier than when you're seeing, 5
I'd rather
different
have
names
distinct
and
names than call
numbering
signs,
and
but I
stuff.
understand the need for call signs within GCI, so I can live with it. Strongbow 2-2, right turn 3-2-0, report field in sight.
Under traffic, absolute 2-1 clear.
Absolute 1-1, clear to land, runway 03 right.
Absolute 1-1 is short final.
Absolute 1-1, cleared short final. Loki, I do not do VATSIM ATC. I've been given no formal control authority in VATSIM at all whatsoever, so, and I'm not going to go through the training. It never works for me, so I'm not going to join now. Strongbow 2-2, report field in sight.
Tower, Strongbow 2-2.
Strongbow 2-2, can you see the tower? Can you see the airfield?
Yeah, we have eyes on
Strongbow
the airfield.
2-2, continue inbound, clear to land, runway 03 right.
Strongbow 2-2, clear to land on 03
Absolute
right.
1-2, right turn, 2-9-0, expect vectors to land 03 right.
Absolute 1-2.
Absolute 1-2, right turn, 3-0-0, vectors to land, runway 03 right.
10-3-0-0, absolute 1-2.
And Absolute 1-2 is the last aircraft for tonight. Yes,
Everybody's in the briefing room.
But I'm sorry, until there's aircraft, and if there's aircraft landing, I'm here. Briefing can wait until aircraft are done being controlled. Absol 1-2. Airfield should be to your right, 2 o'clock, 10 miles. Report field in sight.
Absolute 1-2.
Absol 1-2. Clear to continue approach, runway 03 right. Expect clearance.
Continue approach, absolute 1.
Strongbow 2-2. Clear to land 03 right for Bandar. There's plenty of space between these guys, so I don't think it's going to be a problem unless Strongbow gets stuck on the runway or something.
Yeah. So you were sending them a little bit further south than me, weren't you, for the space?
That and the fact that Absol 1-2 missed the first call, so he was drifting a little bit further south than I wanted him to, but that's okay. That's why it's better to have too much spacing than not enough, right?
Yeah.
But these white lines are very useful because they tell you where you're going to be in the next, I think it's 30 seconds or a minute or something like that. But generally speaking, if one white tip is touching another plane, then they're probably too close for landing.
Yeah.
Or at least it's going to be very sketchy. We're blessed in Bandar with one of those rapid taxiways where they can still be rolling and just turn slightly off to the right, or the left in this case. So those are very handy for this kind of stuff. I can at least kind of rack and stack a couple of aircrafts up on that taxiway while other guys are landing.
Yeah.
It's been a really good session. I've enjoyed it thoroughly actually. It's been really good, and I hope you've had a good time with it too, Walker.
Yeah. I have. It's yeah. I've done more than I
told you
thought I
you were
was
going to be doing stuff. I do not disappoint with that. And sometimes I'll ask, and sometimes I'll just tell you that you are doing it, because otherwise you'll just constantly bow out and go, no, you got it. So I do tend to be, I'm not going to be too pushy, and I'll always remind you that you can always say, no, you can do this bit, that's fine by me. But I'll always be proactive about saying, right, Walker, let's get this done. Because if
you just
cut through it, and then that way you don't have time to worry about it. Just get it done. Because that is going to be your life as an ATC controller. You will not have time to panic. You will just have to solve the problems as they come at you.
Yeah. Is it next week they're on a break,
sure.
or is it the week after?
Absol 1-2, clear to land, runway 03 right. I couldn't remember if I gave you the call, so I figured I'd give another one.
And our tower, Strongbow 2-2, clear.
Many thanks, Strongbow 2-2. Go park wherever you need to, because after Absol 1-2 lands and vacates, this server will be done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is the point where my give a fuck starts to run out. I am Winchester on fucks. Absol 1-2, right turn onto taxiway 31 left. Left turn onto Foxtrot at your discretion. Absol 1-2, thanks very much. I'm going to leave the server. You've got the tower. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your service.
See you in the briefing. I'm disconnected.
Right,
I'm going to cut the stream and I'm going to join the briefing.